No more bad government in Nigeria. Nigeria what? The only media that have been consistent speaking against the bad government and for the purpose for reformers. Nigeria what, yo? No more bad government. Niger what? No more bad government. Niger what? No more bad government. The only media that have been speaking. No more bad government. The voice or the voiceless. No more bad government. No more bad government. For the poor, no more bad government. Niger what? No more bad government. Niger what media? No more bad government. No more bad government. No more bad government. In Nigeria, no more bad government. No more bad government. No more bad government. The only media, no more bad government. The number one media in Nigeria, no more bad government. That have been speaking against government. No more bad government. Niger what? No more bad government. Niger what, yo? The voice of the voiceless. The voice of the voiceless. Voice for the voiceless. Voice for the voiceless. Niger what? Voice for the voiceless. Niger watch media. The only media that have been speaking against bad government. Being consistency since 19 Gorogodo. Voice for the voiceless. Voice for the voiceless. Umuwame. Voice for the voiceless. Umuwame. Voice for the voiceless. 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 Niger watch you. We have been seeing all you guys have been doing, and we recommending to everyone in Nigeria, saying that you guys are the number one. Niger watch you.
Okay, my people, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to every one of you. We're back here again. Thank you very much for your time with us today. My people, how you guys doing right there? No politics today, I beg. No politics today. You know, let's talk about something else that is affecting us as well, but no politics. As you all can see right there on the screen, you know, what we get for that today is just right there. You know, so but before that, I'd like to quickly appreciate the people right there on the comment section. Thank you very much, Mother of all Mommy Diaspora. Good evening to you, Mommy. Thank you very much for what you do. Happy Sunday to you. Thank you very much, CXL. I can see you. Thanks for joining us. Happy Sunday to you. Mr. Johnson Emmanuel, thank you very much. Tony Africa, thank you very much. I appreciate you. Lucy Eno, God bless you. I appreciate you. Nell James, Miracle B, Mercy Omorigi, God bless you, all my people. Samson Omorigi, I can see right there. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Austin Prince is right there with us. Thank you very much. Osagbovo Okonga in the building. Don't light with us as well. God bless you, all my people. Yes, today we are going to be talking about the things you're seeing right there on the screen. Clifford, thanks for just joining us right now. God bless you. Yes. Yes, okay, Clifford, you said this is important topic. Okay, you will come pan and make you tell us your take on this. As you can see, we know say for Nigeria, before I go start the play videos for now, make a fair verbally explain some things for you guys. We know say for Nigeria, the good things of the Western world, we know they embrace them. Now the bad thing, 9 Nigerians they embrace. Yes. You know, we know that if you go check politicians, the same thing. Now the bad thing that they embrace, the good thing they know they embrace them. If you check the citizens, now the bad thing will they embrace, the good thing will not they embrace them. You know, if you see what they happen, if you even check our religious leaders, now the bad thing that they embrace, the good one they know they embrace them. You know, but if we want to go there, you know, there are so many instances to all these angles that I just mentioned right now. But let's focus on the topic that we have today, not to be diverted. As you can see right there, from the first topic that I have for you, all Abuja married women are all lesbobo. Now, so I go talk and rich. Now, you know what that one me, they there for screen. Person can't talk and come out. And before, I don't first see reference to and before for this channel say, even for Lagos, these things they happen. If they happen across other states, oh, don't get me wrong. But these are the major cities. That make it sometimes if you want to say something, it's just like UK. Before you say anything about United Kingdom, you must say London. You know, I see people they tell me for my platform here say, Mr. Elvis, you were there London, whereas not be London at the stay. So instead of this to say you were there England or UK, they'll say you were there London. So it's like that. The same thing with Lagos, Abuja, and all that, the main cities. Then let's come to the reality. For Lagos, I felt talking for a year. You know, most women for Lagos, they do this lesbobo thing. It has become a normal thing. Then another one we go shock and I be say where they rampart now for Lagos. Now be exchange. I don't know what another day where they call them, but now this one will take talk exchange. Because you don't know what exchange mean. This one not be only the women you go accuse of both their husband and all of the gather day, where husband and wife agree to go somewhere, they'll go exchange. You know, I go to talk and reach road, no one understand what they talk. They'll go somewhere, they'll go exchange. So the man, wife, go there with another man. Why that man where wife there with, that one wife go there with this one husband. They go exchange for the whole night. In the morning, husband go take his wife, they go enter car, they go house. They'll constantly ask themselves, how far now? How was the journey? How was the trip? I hope the flight was nice. Everything was nice. You see, this thing now, it don't become something else for Lagos. Then you can ask yourself, see, do we still have tradition? Because it's part of the things that we are saying. Do people still respect our tradition? Do we still recognize our culture? Because all these things, then now people they learn from. Because this matter to anybody who want to join us, I beg you go there strictly on PG. You know, say you want to join us, you come here with PG. Because you know, say this kind of matter, even with the discuss and so, the Oyibo people don't want me to talk about them. Because they introduce and come. So now, for Lagos, you know, different things they happen for them. Even the men, they do the other one where they talk kakaika, then they do that one. But let's come to the Abuja one. I would like us more quickly listen to what this girl will talk for here. More go to Italy first. For Bergamo, they say one man, he don't buy a wife. He don't buy a wife. And this thing still there rampant in Nigerian community. Where it go be say man or woman go get just small argument. Either the man go buy a wife or the woman go buy the husband. Why these things they happen? These are the things we need to talk about. Because I know say someone like Madarita now, she's always against any kind of violence. You know, she don't advocate her so many times on this platform. They talk, say, if you did marriage, you know, and your husband they beat you, why you go still there? Now question with me they ask me that. Or it's still there the other way around. You did marriage, your wife they abuse you all the time. Why you go still there? Can I lead to all these kind of things? Now our Edo sister now for Bergamo for Italy, husband don't buy him. It don't go like that. More listen to this girl where raise the alarm first. More take come from here. Thank you.
How this man take by his wife for Bergamo. Many people they call me say Mama twist. They say one man buy his wife for Bergamo. You not to put. I bet make I call the woman best friend. Make it really talk waiting up because now this woman now even go put the document down for everything. Make una listen to the woman. Hello Jay. Ma call you now wait ma say but I post a video now because I dey hear many things. I bet this woman wait buy for Bergamo so you know where we be.
I know na my friend.
Okay, what it happen? Because people they say that the man I buy and the man buy. What it?
Okay, my people, I go cover this video due to that way they write for that middle. So, you know, they still see anything they come for us, say, why? You know, because you know, say there are so many sense of way they go on for social media, they talk them all the time. You know, some people know they understand. Or your say maybe now way they create all these rules. Yeah, we get our own rules, but these people, you know, the word, you know, you get the way the word they did now. If you talk small, they'll take and you know go another level. But meanwhile, let's listen to this quickly.
What really happen? Hello, Jay. Ma koje la we ma zebo but I post a video now because I dey hear many things. I bet this woman wake back for Bergamo, so you know where we be.
I know, na my friend.
Okay, what it happen? Because people they say that the man I buy and the man buy. What it really happen?
Na the man kill her, na the man buy.
Okay, what it happen? They quarrel.
They not quarrel because they say for since 2 weeks when the man say lose his job. So they say since 2 weeks now when the case just be like maybe the man is depressed or frustration, you understand? Because the woman is my very good friend. And my friend, even on Monday, me and the woman talk because I get some money when the woman they owe me. When she even put for my postpay. This Tuesday, even on Wednesday, the woman buy because that Wednesday she even called me around 12 after 11. So I called them busy. I thought I will call the woman back. So I not even call. Then on Friday, so one lady called me for Bergamo. Say whether I hear what they have. Not I know. Yes, say as joy. By not I what they have to say now. Now I buy the woman with a kitchen knife. So I don't even believe now. So I carry motor go to the woman house. When I reach there, I see say the Bible don't already put paper for their doorstep. So now I knock for the apartment on the opposite home. So now that's how they expect to me say that very day, say the afternoon, they hear when the woman they shout at you to make them call police. So later now they not call yet the woman voice again. They not call yet the woman voice. Before Obalekwe come. So one Obalekwe come now, when Obalekwe stayed there almost 20 minutes before the boy come open door. As he opened door, the woman don't already go already, and the boy stand back for many praises. You understand? So from then on, I can't go to this thing vigili locally. So when I reach there, so they can't send me go because the woman they stay Colonial. So those visits they can't send me to Carabinieri, Uniano. The woman they say Colonial. So they can't send me go Uniano because Colonial not get Carabinieri. So they can't send me go Uniano. So when I reach there, I go explain everything. They say the woman and my sister. And I say no, say I'm my very good friend. So now they come ask for my documents, everything. They come forward and go Trevillo. They come call Trevillo, say me I go there. So as I reach there, so now I call they say wait till happen because I hear say the boys it's almost 2 weeks say the guy say they behave. And those people for the compound.
Wait. Okay, I finished talk.
And those people for the compound and that Nigerian people for the compound, they even tell me say that they see one plant the pond. Those that's one plant when doctor they say. You understand? They will come there, like say they come they treat the boy for years.
Okay, now this one where you talk. So they said the man my first will say cycle. So I said the man fed go J come back. So many things also that they hear.
The time when the man said go J come back, that was let's just say about 14 to 15 years ago.
Okay,
because they catch the man with all those food, you understand? So now the man fed to go 4 to 5 years prison. So as the man just come out, now any of the woman say no. Because the time when the man, the boy never go prison. Even that this woman just come, never even reach 6 months, so he say no the guy. Now he say put the boy for house. And they say this is years now when they say this.
It not born for the man.
No, the woman not born for the man. The woman not born for the man.
Okay. Oh yeah.
And they just say there. I don't just know because even the boy said, he's not still nice person. Now just in 2 weeks when they say lose the job, whether na frustration, whether na depression, the joy enter the man for this.
According to
This woman don't complain, make they go carry the boy come up for house, go hospital. So they not go instead of them to come carry and they come they treat her for house.
according to the when I hear for Uwa, he said the pikin say make they come carry the woman come house.
The pikin of
The woman, you say you call the pikin of the woman, say that you call her. I did they call you.
Now me call them, yes. That very day, now me call them. So as I called them, I called the girl when they because I got near 3 children the woman get. I get their number because if I even go Nigeria, say when the kind load they go there, they always they come my store for there.
Yeah.
Even when before me go that this thing the Trevilio Carabinieri, now I called the
Okay, I'm going to stop that video right there. You know, we're not already here with the talk for there. See, it happened. This one happened for Bergamo, where husband, you know, carrying a kitchen knife take by his own wife because of small arguments. But according to that woman where they explain just now, when I see here for his side, they say, will I say the man fair girl, this kind colometer issue before, you know, and all that. But my question now be say, you know, say you marry man that because normally another word now violence. You marry violent man or woman. Why are you still in the marriage? It's a question. Because some people, if you talk to them, they'll say, no, I love the man or I love the woman. You know, say on a person don't go with children. You know, that woman don't go now. Whether you like it or not, the children go suffer. You know, and with the way the thing be now, the husband now go for maybe forever prison. The children automatically now, you know, they're not gonna get papa and mama again. Now so it be, you know. But let's come back to Nigeria. Now the one we happen for abroad now be that. Let's come back to Nigeria. Make we take the one we did Nigeria on first. You know, for this person we come out now, come raise alarm, say all the married women for Abuja say they be less bobo. Say, how is this possible? Because he can't say they listen to me, so you marry and your wife they stay Abuja. Because Abuja now they talk for this one. So you need to go find out what they happen for there. Thank you very much, Mike Akinbari, for coming in. This was Agede. Thank you very much for joining us. Oriomi Abdul, I can see you. Washington Omorege. Thank you very much. Clifford, thank you very much. Don Light and many others that have already mentioned their names before. Thank you. God bless you all, my people. Say, yes, no politics today. I beg, no politics today. Just understand with us. This one we want to discuss. So even though that only one person or two persons join us, we all talk calm, we go close. But if people engage them, we still stay long. Depends. You know, I just want to stay away from Nigeria politics for today. You know, and a lot of people also requested for us to, you know, at least for this Sunday, we could discuss something else. You know, we will still add a religion issue during this one concerning our pastors. You know, I get that last video I go play after this one. Then we'll just take both of them together sharply. Asamota Bright, my brother, thanks for coming in. Doris Audio, I can see you right there. Thank you. God bless you. Okay, my people. Now, so we see more listen to this video. Maybe this video feature Kuna. I don't know. Let's take this one.
Abuja married women are lesbians. All Abuja married women are lesbians. All Abuja married women are lesbians. Especially the Hausa ones. Yes. Those of you that used to tie scarf. All of you are lesbians. And if you are a man, you want to come here and defend your wife, I will bring evidence. You are a woman, you want to come here, defend yourself, defend your sister, your relative, I will bring evidence. I'm calling all of you out, all the Hausa married women in Abuja. To my story. This woman came as a client. Message me on Instagram that she wants to buy houses. This one, we decided to have a meeting. I went there. I went to the venue. I ordered my food. She has not yet come. When my food now came, that's when the woman now came. I was about to eat. She now said, no, don't worry. We can have a better food upstairs. I was like, but my food is already here. There's no need now. The woman, I don't know why she was in a hurry. She now gave me a check of 1 million. I said, 1 million naira because I cannot eat. If now you don't go collect out. So, and you know Transcorp now. She was like, let's go to our executive lounge. I thought it was just one normal, open space. So when we went there, apparently it's a room that she lodged. I was like, this woman has money. For ordinary meeting again, to buy property, this is the kind of room you lodged. Very beautiful. House, room, lounge, the dining area and everything. So we went to the lounge and sat down. This woman just removed scarf. She was like, hey, now I can order my food. I was not like, okay. I was about taking my order now, like from the, what's it called, from the phone. She now said, but don't order anything that has pepper, because she doesn't want pepper in her own mouth. I was confused there that it's not your business. And besides me, I like pepper. But I was just like, okay, let me just order, what's it called, fries and chicken. So I ordered my own. She asked her personal assistant to bring 2 bullets. I don't drink, but I know that bullets is not joke. This woman jogged 1. Black bullet, my sister. She jogged the second one. She see the campaign, she no shake. I say, Alaja. Hey, Alaja, don't be small hijab where she carry her. That one that used to wrap the whole body. She removed it. Jog 1 bullet, jog the second one. It's like, okay, no problem. Misha, I'm waiting for my food. I'm still trying to, pitch.
Okay, for some of them, we not visit Nigeria that often. We don't know it to be bullets, Now drink, but now the name way they call them be that, that drink. If you drink them, it must, pull you from your leg according to the way people wait till they talk about them. They say it's very, very strong. So what did this guy they talk now say that married woman so we carry a jab, take over head and everything according to her. Say he take one of these bullets, he take another one again, the 2. And she still stand gidigba. Till most see what she they try. Tell us for here. Let's take it from here.
Black bullet, my sister. She jogged the second one. She see the campaign, she no shake. I say, Alaja. Hey, Alaja, don't be small hijab where she carry her. That one that used to wrap the whole body. She removed it. Jog 1 bullet, jog the second one. It's like, okay, no problem. Misha, I'm waiting for my food. I'm still trying to, pitch in the reason why we're here. So as this woman was drinking, she was not even trying to talk to me. She was just making phone calls. How men used to do when they're trying to impress a girl, when they're trying to show you, say, I get money. She was just talking about millions, the deals that she has, the money, this 1 billion, 500 million, this one, that one, that one, that one. So my food now finally came. I was just about to eat. The woman said, wait, she wants to show me something. She stood up from her chair, walked up to me. She has already zipped down already. Like after she removed her scarf, she already zipped down. So she was showing me some kind of useless pictures. And in the process of showing me those pictures, I'm confused. She has already, removed her clothes. She was left with only bra. I was not like, ma, please, this is not the reason why I'm here. She started shouting through the phone on my lap that I'm a hypocrite, that she sees my pictures on Instagram. She knows what I do, that I snap very sexy pictures, and she knows that I'm into this kind of thing. This. I was about to leave. She now knelt down, held my hand. She said, please, I should not leave. That okay. Initially, she wanted to give me 3 million plus the 1 million naira check she already gave me downstairs. But now she'll make it 5 million. I said, please, I'm not still interested. Myself, I started begging her, please, that now she'll give me 5 million naira extra plus the 1 million naira. And again, she will make sure her husband buys the land. I was like, ma, please, I'm still not interested. I was begging her to, because myself, I want to run for my life.
Married men, una de year now, because don't say sometimes when we talk, because say we not see evidence carry corner, they say now the year this thing now some of them say no, now lie, all this thing not they happen. I'm telling you now, say don't become a lucrative thing where they happen for our country now. The reason why, like I talked about before, the reason why people they mention Lagos, Abuja, now because it's not just the popular city. That's all. They happen for those states, they happen for Delta State, they happen for everywhere for Nigeria. I'm telling you, it's all this woman with the mama egbe, papa egbe, and all that. The lot of things are going on in the country right now that you're not even aware. We are focusing on just politics. We don't really know what is happening around us. So if you get woman for house, will they come for the old men as well? Because you can see right there, polygamy. Wife, would you allow your husband marry a second wife? May, do you support polygamy? We need to talk about this whole thing. Let us not be free, because so when it comes to this kind of conversation or topic, so people will be shy. They don't want to talk about it. They don't want to offend, or rather, I don't know. They don't just want to talk about it. But when it comes to politics, yeah, everybody is free to express themselves. But meanwhile, let's finish this one first. Yes, no politics today, I beg. Understand with us, no politics today. Yes, you were there, say that this one I talk today. Yes, no politics today. Thank you.
I said, please, I'm not still interested. Me, self, I started begging her, please, that now she'll give me 5 million naira extra plus the 1 million naira. And again, she will make sure her husband buys the land. I was like, ma, please, I'm still not interested. I was begging her to, because me, self, I want to run for my life. I was able to escape finally. I was not just telling my friends that I see what happened to me. They're looking at me all like, see this moment. We don't know waiting they happen for Abuja. I would have done it now. That's what they do too. If you're into this sugar baby business, leave sugar daddy. Follow sugar mommy, the Hausa ones, the one where they tie hijab. Very hypocritical. Baby but they pay very, very well. You better follow.
But the question now be say this girl not gonna tell us now whether she collect the 5 million. She not gonna jump that area. You see, you say all this, madam, they are very, very hypocritical. But at the end of the day, you collect the 5 million, I be not collect them. Now that one therefore ask them. Say, you see, this is the situation of our country right now. Now make una see say many people back home can complain, we are hungry, we are this, but they don't have the guts or the mind to question the government to do the right thing. That's the problem. They are not even interested. Like I said before, anybody that is doubting us on what we talk about here, just call your brothers and sisters back home. Tell them to drive around on Friday and Saturday, even Sunday. Because on Sundays, they get live bands everywhere. When they drive around, they see how Nigerians, they enjoy themselves. Not only you were there and with this, they feel for them, say, no, these guys are suffering and all that. Now, they shop life personal. But meanwhile, I'd like us to round up with this video so that we can move on to the next one.
But they pay very, very well. You better follow sugar mommies, especially the Hausa ones. The funny thing is that you see their husbands, they are all those women, you see them in northern blogs, judging other people that this angle of your hair is out. So subhanallah, it's not good. This one, that one. But their wives are the ones that are girls from 15-year-old, 20-year-old, married women. Imagine the lives of small girls. Why I'm moving here, why do you think they even pay me pass? It's because this particular woman, they almost me. I saw her in one other blog, insulting one girl that her clothes is too tight, this one, that one. But meanwhile, you are girls with them, paying them useless money. Me, I have evidence. So, and if people annoy me, if you trigger me, I will post faces, I will post chats, I will post the rotten pictures that they have sent to me. But my own now is, am I the only one, or are my friends the only ones that are experiencing this sugar mommy thing? Please, if you have your own experience, people DMing you, married women, sending you all manner of pictures. If you're an Abuja girl and you have experienced this kind of thing before, please share your story with us anonymously. And let's put heads together to fight these criminal acts. And the annoying thing is that these pictures, they are very ugly at sights. The angle is terrible.
Madam, which picture?
Not in private, what have you. If you're an Abuja girl and you have experienced this thing, please share your story with us. Let us post it anonymously and put heads together to stop this rubbish. And if you're a hypocrite, stop this nonsense. Stop being a hypocrite. As a Hausa woman, please stop being. You can't be wearing hijab and be doing rubbish, be doing nonsense. Please.
Okay, my people, and so we'll see that particular video there. We are done with that. That is the situation of the country. Some of the women, I can't say, because though she said all, you can't say all. I totally disagree with that. She said all married women. How can you say all? It's not possible. For the word all, one needs to be careful about it, especially when we have huge margin, of what you're talking about. But meanwhile, let's quickly move on now to our pastors, because as you can see, some of our pastors are currently fighting themselves. Remember that the last time we come here, last Sunday, we talked about one pastor we call respond to Pastor Adeboye, over saying drink tea with Jesus Christ or with God. You remember that pastor, right? Another pastor again come and attack that pastor, say why go they talk to Adeboye like that? Whether they be mate, you be this, you be that, you must make you day your lane. So at the moment now, there is fight currently going on between pastors and pastors, you know. But I'd like us to listen to this quickly.
Pastors them no say they be the scammers. So these pastors them no say they be the scammers. Why do you want to say something about it?
Insulting Oyedepo, insulting Benedin, insulting Pastor Chris Oyakhilome, insulting Dr. Daniel Titolo Olukoya. Your time is over. A man that collected tithes from you over the years and built that kind of church with air condition. He bought BBB cars for himself and for his wife. He owns some houses around Uyo, which I'm aware of. He has properties. He has houses in the village. He has developed himself. He woke up one day and said that tithe is a sin. People should not pay tithe. Tithe is fraud. And he's preaching inside a church that he built with tithe. And you are still there. You cannot stand up to...
Okay, I want you guys to understand what is going on here. Now, this particular man where they talk, so now pastor, come be like saying a confession. In the talk now, say that man where attack Pastor Adeboye, say he don't use tithe money to build house, build hotel, buy cars, do this. In the try tell us now, say that man never talk about his own self. He talk about somebody else. So in other words, they are confessing. Yes, that is what is going on here. Mona not ask me question, not be me they talk am. The video will they play and now you say by yourself. In other words, they are, you know, so as that the writer, churches versus churches. I'm enjoying it. You know, not be me right now. So we'll see the video. Anyway, you know, so that means there's confession currently going on. That is what we are seeing there. Let me post out a link for those of you that want to join us, because this is the last video that we have. I would like us to discuss all of them together. That's the link right there. In case you want to join us, click on it and join us here. Let's discuss it together. Thank you very much, Princess, for joining us. Asamota Brett, my brother, thank you very much. Thank you, Ebuka John Oga. Can see you right there. Comfort Bebe, I can see you as well. Thank you. Ade Dobo, God bless you all. Winnie Igbinomba, thank you. Thank you. Then many others that is right there with us. Then Patra Nofe, my dear sister, I can see you right there. Thank you. God bless you all. Happy Sunday to you guys, to you guys right there. We are not talking about politics today. We're just discussing this one. So I've posted out a link for those of you that want to join me. You can join me. Let's take this one together quickly.
Around Uyo, which I'm aware of. He has properties. He has houses in the village. He has developed himself. He woke up one day and said that tithe is a sin. People should not pay tithe. Tithe is fraud. And he's preaching inside a church that he built with tithe. And you are still there. You cannot stand up to tell him, sir, you said that tithe is fraud. Let us sell this church that we built with tithe and offering and restart afresh. You are there. Every time he's preaching, you say, yes, as if you are hearing something. You're a fool. You are what? Yes, they're fools. I'm bound to say they're fools. Somebody collected tithe from you for many, many years. The jeep is driving, the jeep the wife is driving, the houses they have in Kaduna, in Uyo, and everywhere are tithe and offering. And he came to tell you that tithe is fraud, and you cannot tell him to sell those things and refund your money back. You are
now the year not be me they talk now. Pastors now they confess so. Then they confess, they tell you say their fellow pastors use tithe money, build house for Uyo, for Ugo, for Yekorion, for every different kind of places. The wife way the car way wife they drive now tithe money to buy her for them. Now, so these pastors now call the vest now say you want to put aside for their gari, so you don't use and build your own. You not let us use our own to build our own. Wait till they stop. So fight is currently going on. Heavy fight to pastors versus pastors, churches versus churches. So let's take it from here. Thank you.
Many years. The jeep is driving, the jeep the wife is driving, the houses they have in Kaduna, in Uyo, and everywhere are tithe and offering. And he came to tell you that tithe is fraud, and you cannot tell him to sell those things and refund your money back. You are still there because he found out that his message has finished, and he came up with another plan, heresies, and he started attacking men of God.
For those of you who don't know when this fight started, you know, Pastor David Oyedepo said that he drank tea with God. Now, Ebe Damina can't say it's a lie when he's preaching. Now, this pastor is shouting. Now, that was the story. Now, what I'm saying is that, so this pastor now that is saying this, is, so he knows say all our tithe money, our offering money, now that they use buy motor, buy car. So he knows say our tithe money, no, they go anywhere but for their pocket. So now he won't talk truth now because Ebe Damina say Ebe Damina is against it. Now all of them they confess in another way. Kingdom of God fighting kingdom of God. Now because of fight, now don't they talk truth. When we talk now, it's all of an arranging pastor, now go carry police, they fight us. So you understand? Now you know say now tight money now you use build house, now tight money now you use ride car, now tight money you do anything. No. The same thing when you do they do. The same thing all of them they do. Richest pastor in Nigeria, past richest businessman, past richest government people. All of them are there inside this Yahoo where we talk about for Nigeria. All of them are Yahoo people. So you know. Now you know. Wait till you say make him come Port Harcourt to make una finish the feasting. I dey good for a free. But una just dey do the thing feasting. Very soon una go dey carry kala. No one una dey carry bulletproof. No one una dey carry bulletproof car. No one una dey carry security because una know say una be una enemy. Now una dey fight una self. Una be una enemy. All the pastors enemy.
All right, on that one, we are done with the videos, my wonderful people, and our different things now they see for our country. You know, not the way we know they hear. You know, pastors are doing their own, the normal people, citizens are doing their own, politicians are doing their own. Everything is just baffling. You know, but meanwhile, I get another one that I would like to quickly show here, which I cannot confirm. You know, although I didn't do any research about it, but I'm just going to bring it the way I saw it on Twitter. You know, concerning the late Akeredolu, Governor Akeredolu wife, don't go marry a younger brother. Is this possible? You know, these are other things that I am asking, because a question I ask, you know, allegedly say, you know, you don't go marry a younger brother. How? I did hear this thing that time, but I never see where it really happened. They say different tribes are doing this. Igbo tribes are doing it. If you're an Igbo man or woman, please come here, educate us. You know, they say other tribes. So anybody, you know, there's because as you can see right, the wife to late Rotimi Akeredolu, Betty Ayanwu, marries younger brother to Akeredolu. What is your take? You know, is this possible? This one, so it shocked me where I see him, because although a lot of people reacted to it, but I didn't bother bringing people's reaction. I just thought I should bring this one here. You know, I also want people to take us through on all these things that is happening in the country. You know, so yeah, that is all I have for you guys today. But nobody on the panel that joined this topic today. You listen to politics down a like or down a drag. We could talk about different things today, and nobody is on the panel yet. So if nobody's on the panel, that means you guys are telling us that we should make our politics 7 days a week. That's what it's going to be. You understand? Because the politics, everybody don't fool here. You know, but if you guys are requested that no, we should talk about something else, and nobody is on the panel discussing something else, although a lot of people are watching, I have about 400 people watching right now, you know, but if we have about 400 people watching, but on Nigeria Watch, we have about 200 or something there. If nobody's on the panel, that means nobody wants to discuss this apart from politics. You know, but I would like to take course instead. You know, let me take course for now. For those of you that want to call in, this is the best time. I'll take the first caller quickly. Thank you very much, my brother Bright Asemota. Thanks for calling in. Good evening to you. Please talk to us. Hello, can you hear me? Hello, Bright, can you hear me? Hello? Are you there?
Hello?
You hear me?
Yeah. Good evening. Good evening, Mr.
I bet you go raise your voice, my brother. Good evening to you. Thank you very much for joining us. I bet talk to me.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, they hear you now better. It's better now. I bet talk to us. Thank you very much, my brother.
I greet the house. I greet everybody. Today is Sunday. I like this topic. You know, I've been wanting to even call you privately so that sometimes we should talk outside politics.
And because, I bet, but you see, it's attracting views, but it's not attracting the people on the panel. You know, that means they are not interested.
No. Let me tell you, it's a very sensitive discussion. People are interested, but you see, so there are some topics that in this world. Let me put you through this. Like in globally, if anything has to move very fast or spread very fast, it needs the hand of a woman in it. You understand? And sometimes there are some issues you put on the table. If it doesn't suit the women, sometimes you think as if the thing is not moving, but everybody's there. So
yes, of course.
Things like this doesn't really, psychologically, most women don't want to go there. Let me start with the issue of the church. Firstly, you see, if you go to Twitter, if you go to TikTok, especially TikTok, if you go there now, a lot of things is unfolding. Things that we never even thought it was existing, or some stories that you believed before. You are now seeing that it is a different thing that they made you to believe before. There's a new dimension to what you believed before. So a lot of things are coming to light. You understand? A lot of things are coming to light. And you see, these days that we are today is a special era. That if by this time you don't build that self-consciousness to understand, to listen to people, to absorb things, you will easily write some people up and say these are conspiracy theories, it doesn't mean anything. But it is you that have a problem, because all these things have been there. It's just that because the information has been withheld from you and you are not being able to exploit it. Some few weeks back, we were seeing pictures that Jesus Christ was black. I don't know whether you came across that. And it was trending everywhere. Yeah. Okay. So a lot of things are happening. But it hurts me so much that, especially we as Africans, like I said it once in your program, that we've thrown away our identity. We are very good to absorb other people's idea, way of life, and we throw our own out and say, oh, our own are juju, our own are devil, our own are... When I was growing in Nigeria, I was to believe that if a cat enters your house, now listen, I wish pursue and come. But when I started living abroad, I play with cats. My neighbor's cat, they come to my apartment, we play. I give them, we play with them, and they go back. They don't do me anything. But if it was in Nigeria, the moment that cat comes from my neighbor here to my own, if cannot take him, we go buy him. I will send our village people send come. So it is the way we have been a program to believe some certain things, and it has put us into more problems in Africa. If you look at, especially in Nigeria today, I said it before, what is happening there? The things will happen for Sodom and Gomorrah when make God destroy them. Nigeria don't do worse.
Not true.
One of the reasons is because we have thrown away our roots. Let me tell you something. The Bible, if you go to the 10 Commandments in the Bible, go and look at the 10 Commandments according to what Moses brought for the Israelites. Look at it and look at your own tradition or your culture as an African man in your own locality where you find whether you are Hausa. It is the same. If you are not even a Christian, it is the same thing that the 10 Commandments in the Benin tradition. You are not supposed to go and take another person's wife. In the Benin tradition, you are not supposed to take something that does not belong to you. In the Benin tradition, you cannot just use the god of your village and be using the name to be singing out anywhere when you are not consulting the god for something. You cannot just be using the name of the god for anything. It is the same thing. If you look at the 10 Commandments, they are just the same thing.
Okay.
It is the same thing. But you see, we as Africans, we have decided to throw those things away and are absorbing a lot of things that it is not according to our way of life, and it has spoiled the system. It has spoiled spoiled the people.
But before you go, my brother, you be man. I would like to ask you that question. Wait, they part of our topic too. Do you support polygamy?
I was going there.
Okay.
I was going there. Let me tell you, polygamy is a way of life as an African. Even I'm married to a wife now, but I will not criticize somebody who has 2 wives. Do you know why? Most of us that find ourselves abroad today is either your father was polygamous or his great-grandfather or his grandfather was polygamous. You can never find a black, and let me use an Edo person. It is difficult for you to find an Edo person, maybe your 3rd generation or your 2nd generation, that was not polygamous. The father to my mother, he has more than 7 wives. And there, everybody knows each other. They lived well. You understand? The reason why those things are kind of a problem now is because we embrace other people's culture, and we now make our own to be kind of dangerous. But you know, when our great-great-grandfather were having those wives and everything, they had a policy laid down. It's difficult. They have their tradition, they have their beliefs. If they marry, if they have a first wife, they bring in another second wife. They have a right in the family they follow. That the second one coming, if they decide to say she wants to become a menace in the family, some certain things will happen. But they have all these procedures you have to pass. They don't just bring document to the system like that. Too. They put you undergo some set of rights so that they make sure they sanctify you before you come to their house, so that you don't cross your boundaries. But you know now, when you marry, most women, when you marry them, they'll say, no, you can't do this. I'm going to church. I cannot do family rights. I cannot do this. At the end of the day, you find out that some of these women, they will be putting the men through trauma. That is why we have most of people, it's not all, but majority of men of today, many of them are having issues with their wife. Many of them are having issues. And they cannot say, okay, I'll not do it again. I want to marry another wife. That is why you look at the issue of this woman, somebody who, I'm not supporting violence, but you know, there are some issues that there are a lot of, some people cannot take shit. Okay. Some men cannot take it. So this is not a topic that we shall just discuss just today and end it. It's a very, very broad topic. I know some people might not, might not agree 100% to what I'm saying. But if we look back as Africans, let everybody be truthful to his or herself. Either your second generation or your father to your father was polygamous in nature. So
are you not saying now that the modern women are selfish? They don't want to share or something?
No, I'm not generalizing it, but some of them have used it as an advantage to hook their husband in the neck. Let me tell you, for example, in Nigeria, you will find out a woman will be telling you, the husband, that you want to marry you, that no, you must do white wedding. If you don't do white wedding, this marriage is not going to work. But white wedding is not it's just ceremony. It's not our way of life. If I pay your bride price and not get money to do white wedding, it's supposed to end there.
Exactly.
For example. So by the time you go and do white wedding, it's as if you have proclaimed yourself that no, you cannot marry more than one wife. I don't know whether you get it from there.
Okay.
So it's something. It's a body. You know, the topic is so sensitive, but we should know where we are coming from. We cannot just rule it out, because when our grandparents did all these things, the chaos we have in our society today, we were not having it in our society then when they were even having 7 wives. Now we are having 1 wife. We are now having people that are taking other days to hotel. I'm not saying everybody, but it's rampant now.
No. The way my brother, the way the tea be, it be like say women don't want me their husband marries 2 wives, but they are happy with the side chicks with their husband they keep. Yes, because most men are doing this now. They have lots of side chicks. Since the wife say no, men don't marry second wife.
There are many reasons. Let me tell you one thing. There are many reasons men go for second wife. I'm a man. See, there is one. If you marry a woman, the first thing a man needs from a woman is respect. It's respect. Any woman that disrespects his husband, the husband has lost you. You've lost the man already.
Of course.
Because a man needs to be adored, like it's like your king. You have to give him that respect, whether it's a small man, whether it's rich or poor. When you do that to the man, you give that man his respect.
But you also know, but you also know that modern women that has money, you know, they're being intoxicated by their money. They don't regard their husband anymore.
That is the reason why I tell you that we have forgotten our roots. That is the reason. You see, in the era of our great there were women who were wealthy, they had money. They still respected their husband. Some of them, their husband still married on top of them with their money. They still respected their husband. If their husband says sit down, they will sit down. But most of the women we have today, they don't do that. They don't do that. Look at the issues that was trending, even in the UK, for example. You see what was happening. Some people will just use money, bring women, then the other thing, the woman will come and tell you, no, you cannot, this is who I am. You cannot tell me what to do. How do you feel as a man? How do you comprehend that?
Okay. All right.
How do you?
Quickly, because a lot of people are calling in now. Quickly touch on that last part. the woman where her husband buy for Bergamo for Italy. Because Italy you day. Wait till you can talk for that matter.
The issue is this. Let me tell you, Mr. Nanjawo. Psychologically, most women like men that are bad guys. I'm telling you, women like bad guys. If you are too cool, too caring, most women don't like you. They take it for granted. Some women like their husband to be beating them. If you even tell the woman, say, come on, they go say, no, I lie. Some women like men that are they are somehow. The woman she might have been having those times that the guy was not stable, but she will not leave. Even though you tell her, leave there, she won't. Because it is from most women there, even when I was in school, some women prefer to be dating bad guys that don't come to class than you that is studying 24/7. We'll be looking at you as a nerd, like, won't be this one. They don't, most of them don't value you like that. It is the nature of the woman. That is why in Europe today, you will find a girl want to have an affair with a guy that is having 7 baby mamas. Then there will be a single guy that have not had any woman in his life will be telling that same girl, I love you, I want us to settle down. She will be wanting to date that guy that 7 women don't born for her. He will go 1 minute, she goes to don't put.
All right.
Are you not seeing that? Are we not in Europe? It happens.
Thank you.
It's not sad, but that is the situation we find ourselves, my brother.
Thank you very much, my brother, for taking us through on this. I really appreciate this. God bless you. Thank you, Bright Asemota. Thank you. Yeah. Make we also hear from a woman, because I can see Madam Deborah have been calling in. So I'd like to quickly pick a call. For those of you that just join us right now, I appreciate you all. Divine Cross just coming in. John, thank you very much. God bless you all. Didi Anthony, many others. Esther, Madam Esther, thank you very much. Princess, I can see you as well. And many others. Now God will bless you. Now, Madam Deborah, thank you very much for calling in, man. I beg, talk to us on this matter. How you see him?
Hello, good evening, Mr. Elvis.
Thank you, ma.
And good evening to everyone. It's an interesting topic. I'm surprised that you don't have a lot of people on your panel, but hopefully a lot of people will come join.
Yeah, people are already here now. We already have 5 people with us, so that's good.
Okay, yes. Okay. So, you see, these are things that are happening in our society. Unfortunately, sometimes we shy away from talking about them. So the issue of the first one that you talk about, what's happening in Abuja, I can kind of relate to that as somebody who grew up in the northern part of Nigeria. I was born in the north, so I grew up there, and I have a little experience regarding such societies. And what I see, I went to a girls' school, and what I see about these people is the culture. There's this deprivation. This because of their culture and religion.
Mother Rita, I can see you. Thank you, ma'am. Go ahead, Mother Deborah.
They kind of don't allow girls at their young age to mingle with men, to have that relationship with the opposite sex. They see it as against their culture. Women have to that deprivation kind of exposes, and they fail to realize that at a certain stage, when people are growing, there's this tendency of moving towards a gender or trying to satisfy that need. So when people are deprived of that, they grow up, okay, since you cannot mingle with a man because of religion or so, you see them going towards girls because what that girl is saying, I had a little experience as well with one of my friends, and she's a northerner as well. At that time, I was very young, and I saw the way she was behaving, and I had to quickly withdrew myself from her. So I think it has to do with the culture there, because they are not allowed to mingle with the opposite sex when they are growing up. They are being deprived of that. So in order for them to satisfy their needs, it's okay, since I'm not allowed to be seen with a man. You see them going, okay, since this is a woman, nobody will suspect anything. So I think that is why it's a little bit common in that part of Nigeria. But when you come to the south, it's not like that. having come from the north to the south, I discovered that that is not it's not much of a problem in the south, because people are allowed to mix up with the opposite sex freely as they're growing up. I can connect that to the cultural practices and the religious practices in the north. That is why that kind of behavior is a little bit prevalent in that part of Nigeria. Then regarding polygamy, Mr. Elvis, the issue of polygamy is complex. To me, I don't think, in my own practical experience, I don't think any man can love two women the same way.
Are you sure?
I don't believe it's possible to be able to share love equally.
Why not?
Because you might prefer. No, I don't believe so. Can you, let me ask you a question? Do you think if you are dating a woman and she's having two men, she's dating two men, will you be comfortable with that?
No, never. But
So
if what about if it's a mutual agreement?
Mr. Elvis, there are some things, it's a mutual instinct. Let's try and we are wired as human beings in such a way that when you love something, you want to protect it. Do you know, let me share a little experience with you. While I was a nurse in Nigeria, a midwife in Nigeria, like I told you, I grew up in the northern part of Nigeria. So I used to think that they are happy with their husband marrying 2 wives, 3 wives. I thought they don't see anything wrong with that. So there was a day I was in the hospital, and I was the midwife in the ward, and there's this Hausa woman. Her husband's younger wife is giving birth, and she was playing the role of a mother, taking care of the young wife. She was doing it happily. So later on, I was having a conversation with her, and I said, are you people happy seeing somebody sharing your husband with you? I said, I don't understand. I said, why? Then I was young. I was not married then. And she said, and she was honest, and she told me with Hausa, she said, no, that no woman wants to share her husband, but they don't have a choice. It's their culture that if the man wants to marry, even if you don't like it, you don't have a choice. So at the end of the day, I now realize that it's not really that they like it, but it's because they don't have a choice. So as human beings, we are wired in a way, I think it's a human instinct. We are wired in a way that part of life, that part of love is not something that anybody wants to share with another person.
Okay.
That's the honest truth. Just like a man will not be happy to share the person he loves with. Like I just asked you, I said, would you like your own somebody you love to share you with? And you said no.
Never.
So I think it's a human instinct.
Yeah.
Even as a young girl, when I'm dating someone, and the moment I see him dating, trying to look at somebody else, you have that feeling of jealousy, and you have that feeling that probably you're not good enough. That's why he's looking somewhere else. So as human, I think it's a human thing. I don't think anybody genuinely want to share somebody you truly love. But there are situations people will just like endure and say, okay, let me just take it. It has happened. But I don't think the way we are wired, you can never treat two people the same way. Let's be honest about it. You must love one more than the other, because the two of them can never be the same. Either you prefer the younger one, or one might be more better than the other. So there's no way you can treat two women the same way. It's almost impossible. Any man that said it's possible, I think is not.
But Madam Deborah, lastly, before you go, don't you also think that some women take advantage of men just because they are the only wife or the only woman in his life? They take advantage and do some things that is unacceptable. But when they are when it's more competitive, these women don't do these things.
But it's vice versa. When you are saying that, you have to look at it from both ways. It's the same thing too. Some men too take advantage of women in that way. I'm not, if you're saying that I'm going to critique that, I'm not going to accept that it's only from one gender. It's from both ways. We've seen men as well that have faithful wives and their wives are good to them, but they still betray them and they still go for either younger women or so. So in the aspect of being faithful, I think it's just
Okay,
it's just
okay,
love.
Madam Deborah,
It comes in both.
before I will go to the panel, because I also have a woman in the panel already. There's another critical question I would like to ask. What about a woman who, for example, because she knows that she's the only woman in a man's life as a wife, that deny her husband, you know, I don't want to measure it, that deny her husband's attention
I understand what you're
yeah,
saying.
in
I
bed.
understand
You
that.
deny your husband attention in bed. You refuse to cook for your husband. You just want to take advantage because you know he doesn't have nowhere else to go. What can you say about that?
What I can say to that is that woman, you see, in every gender you have good and bad people. So I'm not going to be ignorant to take side, because I know for sure that in all like in all gender you have good and bad people. So in any good respectful woman that knows her role as a wife would behave in that manner. So I'm not going to generalize. I came from a monogamous family. My mom and my dad, they live together. They are not perfect, but they try to build their home. My mother played her role. My father played his role. It takes two to tango. So I think when one person is bad, I'm not going to say it's all, because I don't think any woman who is wise and is who knows her role as a wife would do what you're saying. And it's vice versa. Some men too, they maltreat their wives when they have a faithful a woman. They still go out, they cheat on the woman, and they know that. So it's in both ways. I'm not going to support anyone, because I know that you find bad people in all genders. So it crosses across to both genders. It takes two to tango. If a woman who knows her role as a good wife and a good, she will not do what you're saying. And at the same time, a man too who knows his role as a man and respects his wife, we treat her with dignity and respect. So it takes two to tango, and it takes two to make things work. But there are cases where you find that either one would be bad. Some men do it too, some women do it. So let's look at it from both angles, you know. But the issue of sharing partners, I strongly stand on the fact that you can never love two people the same way.
Thank you.
That's my own. Anybody who wants to counter that, but I believe sincerely that there's no way you can genuinely love two people the same way. You must prefer one to another, and that's where the problem comes.
Thank you very much,
jealousy is going to come in. Thank you,
thank
sir.
you, Madam Deborah. This is wonderful. Thank you. God bless you. Thank you. Okay, let me take just one call, because I have a lot of people on the panel already. Mr. Chimeze, you'll be calling in. You know, I'd like you to talk to us. Thank you very much, my people, for coming in there. I can see you guys are already responding as well on the comment section. I go bless you, my people. Pass a question there. Let's talk about it. Mr. Chimeze, thank you, sir. Good evening to you.
Yeah. I love this your topic. I love this topic today. No matter I'm gonna say more, I won't say a lot. But well, in terms of Akeredolu wife, in Igbo we have such.
Okay.
So there is a reason. There is a reason for that.
Okay, take us through.
So when a man dies, so if they have like if the man have a brother, he will now inherit the woman. Instead of going outside and bringing a woman bringing a man inside the house to have a child. So that's why Igbo did the same. Okay, the brother will now inherit the woman. You know, it's very good. Instead of the woman will be going outside. You see, so that everything they have still in the family. But right now, I don't know right now, but that olden days, this what really happened. And me, I like it. It's good. But he left for the man or the brother who his brother died, that for him to accept or not. But now I don't know how it goes. But that then, my dad told me that, and I see where it happens. So they say, oh, the brother died, and the guy now take over the wife. So for me, there's no bad thing there. It's good. Instead of the woman start going outside looking for who's going to have, maybe they haven't have a child, or they don't have a child yet.
So what about if the man was already having a wife? So he will still end up marrying his elder brother's wife, you know, to add to it.
No, there's anyone that haven't married. I know how all of them will marry. Anyone haven't married, that one will take over. Even if it's the last. You see? So
but I'm sorry to say this for anybody that might be offended though. But it looks irritating. So does it mean, you know, the brother and the brother's wife will now be discussing the late brother, how he did the doing before when he did alive? I also had the doing where? Yes, sir.
For me, it doesn't matter. Believe me. Because instead of the woman.
So he go come they ask and say, I also say my brother, they do it for this area. They do and go left and right.
He might say that.
Hey!
He might say that, you know.
See
so,
wahala.
Yeah, for me, instead of the woman eyes to be outside. So the family don't want any stranger to come and have baby for their home. Let one of the brother do the job and get married. What the accredited people did, they did. That's good.
But I'm sorry, Mr. Chibeze. It's so, like I said, I'm not offending any tradition here, but it's so irritating. It's so irritating.
This is not irritating. Come on, man. Okay, I want to ask you something. I want to ask you a question. This is a mature the topic, you know. And me, I like to bring. I don't hide my mouth. I like to bring where this is. Okay, now, are you telling me if you have a girlfriend or you know somebody have a girlfriend and you know that one of your friends who is dating the person, and the girl come to you, say, hey, you want to give it to you. Will you start thinking, you know, that person, that's your friend?
No, sir. No, let me answer. Now you cannot ask me a question, I'll be answering it. That one is a total different thing. You say my friend and me. How am I connected with my friend? This is an outsider, he's a stranger, so he became my friend, you know, because of one or two things. I'm talking about blood here. My blood brother. My blood, God forbid, my brother die. His wife go come become my wife. No, you know, he has to be.
There's nothing there, believe me. So it's not you. See, one thing you will know that yes, death have come and did the damage. But the next
so what about he called the ask him? The brother called the ask and say the way you take the shot, so now so you still take the shot for my brother wait they alive.
That's no problem. That's still
Hey, so how you can say me brother? How you can say me the brother take rest in peace then?
Hold on, I don't want to. Come on, man. Don't press button yet.
No, sir. Mr. Shime said, we need to be honest. How do you not expect someone like that to rest in peace?
But it's not the brother that killed the man. You know, death come and take the man away instead of the woman. Some people don't allow, because if it's a good woman, some family won't allow the woman to go because she's good. So the next thing, they will keep him, and they will keep her, they will keep her and look at another alternative.
Okay, last question. Last question, sir. I beg, because thank God, say as an Igbo man, you called in. What about if the woman don't already get children, like Akeredolu now get children with Akeredolu before he dies? So what about, so this woman will still end up having children with the new brother husband?
Yeah. You see, that one will go with agreement, two of them. So I won't say much there, but yes, the guy is gonna have a baby. God will. You see? So now that watch. My take there, it's okay. It's okay, it's good. You see? So that's okay.
Okay.
For me, instead of the woman,
thank you.
Just and another thing, please, you see all this that lady in Abuja.
Yes.
See, let me tell you, what is in Nigeria, what is in a man, gay, the gay in Nigeria, the lesbianism is all of them, all this is in Nigeria. Anybody that's saying, oh, we don't have this, that person is a joker. Believe me, and those people that tie their face, now then do pass. Say now then do pass. So, and let me tell you, the tradition or their traditional something where they used to tie their people, that's not good. You can't be holding your child, especially ladies. You can't be holding them so much. If the girl grown up from 18 years, like here, from 18 years, your daughter can go anywhere. But from 17 years down, no, it's no. But those people, when a daughter grow up and you tie her so bad that when he get to a stage, he will do and do. So those people, that's why this lady that's saying, I disagree with her. Say not only Hausa, please. It's everywhere. I disagree with her. It's only Hausa. It's everywhere. So for me, it's everything. The gay, the lesbian is in Nigeria. So that's how it is. That's how everything. Anything that we learn from here, Nigeria overdo it. We learn 419 from here. Nigeria overdo it. Everything we learn from here, Nigeria overdo it. So what else? It is what it is. So for me,
okay.
I don't watch.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Ogashimeze. Now, God bless you. I really appreciate you for this information. Thank you, sir.
Yes, I will come back.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, all right. Let me come to the panel, my people. I'll come back to callers again. For those of you on the comment section, I appreciate you all. I can see you guys are communicating as well, but I would like to quickly go to Mr. Joseph Onwosu. Thank you, Mr. Joseph Onwosu, for joining us. Good evening to you. Please talk to us. What's your take on this?
Good evening to you, panel members, and good evening to listeners, and good evening to you, Mr. Elvis.
Yes, sir.
My take on it is that in the Igbo culture, actually, we do marry our brother's deceased wife. I mean, if our brother is deceased, and the law, the tradition is that a sibling of his or someone related to him in the family might ask the woman's hand in marriage. It is not automatic. The woman has to accept it and consent to it before they further the issue, because they have to go consult with the family members of the woman. And this is what is happening. My brother is dead. I want to marry his wife. And that they mean by once you marry that woman, you are automatically assuming responsibility if you have of the children that the other your brother had for that woman. It's automatic. It's not. It's a transferred responsibility. Automatic. Those children will start calling you daddy, and you are responsible for them. But what you said is your brother can go marry somebody if your brother is dead, and someone else has to pick up. It's not automatic. The woman has to accent to it.
So if the woman refused, that means nothing will happen then.
Nothing will happen because it's her right too. And then if he accepts it, then you go further to go mention to your family members, and then her own family members that now both of you are joined and united as one.
Oh, okay.
So you understand?
Yeah.
Well, it's not an automatic process.
Okay. As long as it's not automatic, it's better. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. I'll come back to you.
Sure.
On that one, okay. Since not be automatic, somebody is also put it on the comment section. Say for those states, for Asian people also do the same thing. I would like somebody to clarify that. Can never hear them before. To be honest, I'm learning a lot this evening. Because when I hear that I carry the low, I can say, is this possible? So I'm surprised that although let's continue to learn. Let me keep my own say to myself for now. Let me ask Mother Rita before I come to the next person, which is Mr. Jonathan. Mr. Jonathan, I'm jumping you to Mother Rita. Mother Rita, thank you very much for joining us. Good evening to you, ma'am. Please talk to us with all we've presented today.
Me first. Okay, good afternoon, Mr. Elvis. Good afternoon, all the gentlemen and the great men in the panel, my lovely mommy diaspora, and my brothers and sisters watching from home. Well, I want to talk in response to the last caller. I think like what happened to Mrs. Keridolo, I think it's a personal choice, and I don't and perhaps when she found out that her husband was passing, we don't even know if they had this conversation. So you see, the younger brother who looks like his brother, it was probably even ready for it. So that's my thinking, and I don't think that's union is conjugal. The way people, Mr. Elvis, the questions you were asking was just making me laugh. I don't know, I might be wrong, but I don't think that's marriage is conjugal. And when I read about it, they said she wanted to still be married to the Akeredolu's family. It was her decision. Like, yes, she wanted to remain there. And I don't know if that applies to people from Imo State or the entire Igbos. They practice this. Please, can somebody educate me? Well, the only thing I can say is it's her choice, and I wish her the best. And I also wish both families, Akeredolu and Anyanwu family, the best. That's all I.
But Mother Rita, what I'm saying, this woman she's already old now. Must she marry again?
Okay, see, let me put it. Okay, see, like I said, it's people's choices. She's an educated woman, right? She's an Igbo woman, right? She understands her culture. She embraces her culture.
Okay.
Right. And so she made that decision. They said she wanted to still remain in the Anyanwu's family. And maybe she's just following culturally what needs to be done. And perhaps she had the discussion with her husband before he passed on. And he agreed. And if you see the younger brother, he doesn't look like somebody that was cajoled. I mean, look at the man. He's not even he's not a young person either. He probably has children. He's even a grandfather. But, it's just something that probably was discussed, and they just agreed, for her to have somebody within the family that can stand for her when need be. Because if you look at what has been going on when her husband was ill, the late governor was ill, even when he was even alive, a lot of people were attacking this woman because she's an Igbo woman. So, and then she's been calling out stuff on social media. So if you follow the trail of this woman's public life, you could see some kind of intimidation, especially from the Yoruba extraction, or let me put it, people from, that state, what they were doing to her. So perhaps she felt that, I am still Mrs. Akeredolu. And for me to still have the backing of the her late husband that she loved, for her to still have that backing, okay, she's agreeing to, like, based on her, she's not bringing in her culture to say, okay, for me to see have that stance, and feel that I still belong to this family, I am still married to this family, perhaps I should bring in my cultural values and it will work. And perhaps she had a discussion with her husband. If you read the letter she wrote as an ode to her husband after he was buried, I think people will kind of understand there's some meanings to what she wrote behind. She said, "You have left me for people to mock me." You understand? So in order for her not to be mocked, I'm not speaking on her behalf, I'm just thinking, as a woman and, going through all what she went through, perhaps this is symbolic for her to be kind of protected with her children and not to be mocked. She's still saying, I am still married. Nobody will call me a widow. Nobody will say, oh, you are no longer with us. You're no longer part of us, because the man that was connecting us has passed on. So she's not saying, I'm still connected, whether you like it or not. And so therefore, to make it legal, I am going to marry this man. And I've agreed, and it's obvious that the man has agreed and accepted. So I feel it's something that was discussed even before the late governor passed on. That's just my own thinking. I might be wrong, but based on all the things that has been going on and what she has been saying, I guess there's a reason for this. I don't think it's even conjugal the way people are putting it. I don't. It's just for the sake of I have a husband, on quote. I'm married, and this is what it is. Yeah.
Yeah. All
Can
right.
I come in?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
sir.
Yes, it is a cultural thing in the Igbo land.
Oh,
And
okay.
and it has to be mutual agreement between two parties. They're married, and the people getting married. They have to mutually accept to get married before it is accepted. And besides, true, you have to visit the woman's family to make your intentions known to them. That now you are taking over from where your late brother stopped. And they will have to ask their daughter, if she's in agreement with what this man is discussing. If she says yes, that's marriage. A little ceremony, that's all. Because it's not something that your brother's wife is there and your brother is dead and you start sleeping with her. That's an abomination. It has to be legitimized by the people, but both parties, both your family members and the other family members, they have to agree for that to happen. So that's what I wanted to pitch in there. Thank you.
I'm learning, sir. I'm learning. Madam Rita, go ahead. Thank you very much, sir.
Yes, thank you very much for that education.
Let's hear about other topic that is
Okay. I'm gonna be quick. The woman whose husband, I would say is common law, because I didn't hear anybody say she was married to the man. The man, they were staying together for years, so I would call that common law union. And the woman that passed on sadly in Bergamo, in Italy. There's something that the lady who was talking on the phone, she said there was some sort of complaint about some mental illness. And then she said something that instead of them to take him away like the woman was asking, they decided to be treating him from home. So perhaps they had social workers come to check and they were on some sort of medication. So it's unfortunate this happened. And I don't think that I would say if this woman was a different woman of color, I think from her past complaints, according to what the caller was saying, I think they will have responded differently. I think so. It's an unfortunate situation. Those children don't have the love of a mother anymore, and it's physical love of a mother anymore, and it's sad. It's very, very sad. She didn't deserve to pass on that way. Very brutal. And I just pray that she rests in peace. But you know what? This is something beyond this. It has to be addressed. Mental illness and how it's being handled. Even the human rights organizations in Bergamo now, you shouldn't just look at, okay, this is not about, this is talking about gender violence and also, abuse, and another aspect to also look at what is the role of the government in it. If this woman had complained several times, if the choice was to treat this guy who was mentally unstable, that's according to what they say, that caller was saying, why wasn't he treated differently? Those are the things. There's a lot of things to address in this case, and it's it's a very sad story. It's very painful to someone to just pass on in such a very horrific manner. May her soul rest in peace again. Moving along, for the lady who said the wives, the Hausa, she specified Hausa, women, wives are lesbians in Abuja. I don't know what, see, there's a lot to say about that, but I will just say this. First of all, Madam Deborah, if you're listening to me, God bless you. Thank you very much. You are such a wonderful and very wise woman. Thank you for that insight about the cultural practices that kind of would be like a yardstick for women, to practice, these kinds of sexual preferences. But I would say that, when she said all Hausa, it's unfair to say all. And thank you, Mr. Elvis. You're right when you said it has to be some. You can't just say all. But I know everybody has had some kind of experiences of what they've seen or what their friends must have told them, their experiences about what they've seen it's not just Abuja, for crying out loud. It's like it's the entire nation. It's the same way they talk about, these rich northern men who are also on the down low practicing this kind of stuff. They talk about men who are headsmen and what they do with their animals. So, it's just that now, social media age, we are hearing a lot of things that we think never existed before. They've always existed. It's just that now there's social media, there's freedom of speech. People can talk from Kafanchan or somewhere in Nunavut in Canada and tell your story, and you'll be confident that nobody's coming to meet you or to chastise you for what you're saying. I believe what this lady is saying, it exists, is still existing. It's still existing, even within the religious sect. It's a whole lot of horrific things that happen. This is just on a business level. The thing, there's one thing that she was saying that, the message of what this young lady was talking about, she said, please, the reason why she's saying this, she wasn't talking about the fact that, okay, she disapproves of their sexual preferences. She was talking about the fact that being a hypocrite is disgusting. You're a hypocrite inside the house, and you're coming out here chastising people online about how they are being dressed or how they speak or whatever, and then you use religion to cover it, and you are trying to be sanctimonious and pontificating yourself. It's actually disgusting. But inside the house, you're actually not even practicing what you are giving jibes to people at. So that is why it needs to be spoken out. And if anybody has conscience, and if you are doing that, you should stop. And that's one of the things that I learned from what she said. But these things are happening every day, and it's not just predominant with Hausa women. It happens all over the world, the entire country, from the north to the south to the east to the west. There's a lot of wealthy women or women of means that do these things. We heard so many stories about actresses, so many stories about even regular young girls in the church. All kinds, even in boarding school. All kinds of stuff, these kinds of things happening, and it's kind of like a pandemic of some sort. It's kind of like a pandemic of some sort, and we see it in the entertainment industry. Mr. Elvis, I don't know if you are following what is going on with PDD in the US and what they're talking about in the entertainment industries. There are certain things, most of these men that many of us even look up to, what they've done.
PDD surprised me. You
shouldn't be surprised, because this thing has been happening. I say thank God for the internet. It's not just PDD, there's a whole plethora of them, a whole of them, male and female artists, actors. What they do, if you really hear what they do, you'll be disgusted. In fact, you will not even want to allow your children even ever watch them again. It's not just PDD, there's a plethora of them. It's not just R. Kelly, there's a plethora of them. It's just like in Nigeria, people are scared to talk. There's a whole lot of big men and big women that are even doing worse. And we don't even want to go to the entertainment industry. What Mohbad went through is just a snippet of what most of these people that we look up to, what they've done to other people. It's just that people don't speak. People don't want to talk. People just want to just take it to their grave and just move on. So, well, she has said it, and I hope the northern elites, I think some of them know they're just okay with it. And a typical northern woman's life, they say, a typical northern woman must have been married like 3 to 4 times in her lifetime. So it's not a big deal. If she leaves one, she goes to the next, and we don't waste time. A woman will not be lonely. And I'm saying it because I've seen it. And I know some people will say, oh, why she say? I am saying it. A typical northern woman would marry 3 or 4 times in her lifetime. She might be young, middle age, or older. The woman just don't stay on her own. even if she's had children. That's just the way it is. And I think it's a cultural thing, and so that's what I want to even respect, their own cultural choices. And then to the case of Pastor Suleiman. It's not Suleiman. Well, I'll add him, pastors fighting against pastors with Damina and all that. I'm so disgusted by the enthusiasm, over these pastors displaying some, not Christian-like behaviors. I wish they showed this enthusiasm when Deborah, a Christian young, promising young woman, was murdered. It just so shows the hypocrisy of the kinds of men that are representing the church today in Nigeria. I don't want to go international. Nigeria, it's the hypocrisy is disgusting. Even some of them, their children and what they display is disgusting. I thank God, like, you know what? I didn't need these pastors to convert me to be a Christian, because my own values of what I was taught as a Christian growing up is what I'm holding to. I'm not changed or inspired by what I see with this crop of pastors of these days. So, well, let us be watching the movie. Let us just be watching it the way they're all shouting on top of their voices. Let them come. That's very quick, because it's all about who is with me, who is with Baba. Baba cannot be questioned. Baba cannot be criticized. And all of them are just, it's disgusting. It's not even funny. It's disgusting. Because at the end of it is the body of Christ that these people are using as yardstick to pontificate themselves. That's the disgust. So you're not trying to tell the other gullible people, followers, like, oh, even if Baba is saying that this man, maybe one man in the congregation is a witch or a wizard, Baba will be believed, and nobody can question it. See, I've had a former boss in the past, and that thing has stuck to me. He told me, he said, let me tell you, pray that somebody who is believed does not lie against you. Somebody who is believed does not lie against you. Just pray you never experience it. If you have a president, or if you have somebody like, the RCCG, Pastor Adeboye, and he says something, God forbid, lie against you, trust me, 90% will believe him. The other 10% will be shut down. They'll be intimidated. They'll be arrested. So pray that somebody who is influential, somebody who is easily believed, does not lie against you. Because I think it's Albert Einstein that said, you should fear the people who encourage, who participate, and cover up for the real oppressor. The ones who are supporting it are the ones that the cause of destruction in society, not the person who is a perpetrator. The ones who support it is the one who cover up for it, is the one who encourage it. Those are the ones that are the most dangerous people in any society. Take it or leave it. So let us be watching the movie as it plays. And as regards to the polygamy part, for me, I will not practice polygamy. It's my choice. And those people who want to practice it, it is their own choice. I would say that, honestly, if it was the 17th century, 15th century, 18th century, if everybody now listening to me and everybody in this panel, if you were existing in those centuries ago, Mr. Elvis, you probably have like 7 wives, and it will not be seen as something, but to be like a norm. It will be like a norm. But you see, human beings evolve. Culture evolves as well. Belief system evolves as well. I keep saying this. Over time, there are certain things that have been put in place because of one reason or the other, because of people's experiences. And I could also juxtapose it to with what Mrs. Akeredolu did, or what the Igbo culture is about, marrying the younger brother when the elder brother passes on, marrying the younger brother's wife when the elder brother passes on. There's something about people who are trying to preserve the family name. They don't want to mix another blood. Let's say the woman is still young and she go marry another man and have other children, and it's still mixed with that family. There are reasons why our forefathers brought all these cultural cultural practices that we are practicing and we are etching in stone. But sometimes if you really look at the reasons why they do that, it's good. And there are also reasons why people will practice polygamy in the past. Perhaps those days, there are several reasons, not even perhaps. People, because the population of the world wasn't as much as it is now. There's a lot of things that happen, like diseases. Many people died, many people's children died before vaccines came and decided discovering different things that make little babies that are why women, don't get pregnant, or, so many things evolved over time. So it was necessary to populate your tribe. So it was normal thing to marry multiple women, to have multiple babies, because you want to populate your tribe. You want to expand your culture. That is just perhaps one of those reasons why polygamy was a norm then. You understand? Another aspect to it is so that to refrain from men, collecting ugiagbe or collecting all sorts of STIs all over the place. That the so-called STIs have even evolved, just like hepatitis. It has evolved from what we know it as in the 80s. Over time, it evolves. Viruses evolve themselves. So it's the same thing. We have to tag along with how our world is changing. Perhaps they did that. You know what? You can marry this number of wives so that you won't go outside and do not go and bring ugiagbe inside the house, and that will affect the entire family. So there are several reasons. People also do it. I will see today. This is one thing that has stood test of time. And I believe that's one of the reasons why polygamy is being practiced. Then and now is because of poverty. Take it or leave it. It's because of poverty. Just poverty. That's why people are practicing this polygamy. And another thing too is greed. Greed on the side of the men and the women, especially the man. Especially the man. Madam Deborah said something about culture and all that. I know two Hausa. No, I think one is Fulani and one is Hausa. Yeah. These men have been married to just one woman. They have children for over 30 years. And I had the opportunity to ask, how come? And they're Muslims, they're not Christians. How come? Do you know what they told me? Please, I don't want to deal with the issues and the problems of polygamy. I cannot deal with it. So it was a choice for the men. The women had no problem with. They told me, their wives knew that, as a Muslim, they are also Muslims too, that they can marry, that their husband is expected, that the man will marry multiple wives. But the choice was the man. This man, they're way older than me. I told you, over 30 years. They said it was their choice, that they didn't want to deal with the multiple wife brouhaha. So it is at the end of the day, that's why I use the word greed. Some men are greedy, not all. Some men are greedy. So they now use the culture as a yardstick to practice that greediness. If you people don't believe me, within your heart, every man can hear this, what I'm saying, and they know what I'm saying is true. Many people practice this polygamy out of greed. And then if the man has money, he cannot capitalize on the fact that he has money and marry a woman from a family of less means. I have seen it. I'm saying it because I have seen it happen. This beautiful young girl and everything, she's educated, so the man like, you know what? Let me marry her. I will finish the rest of her education, and she's probably like the third or the fourth wife. And then another few years come, he's greedy, he's tired of eating ogbolo every day. Even if he has multiple soups already, he wants to eat fried rice. And he sees another one and he capitalizes on, okay, this one that is fried rice now. Okay, our family are not so influential. I can give her father a job. I can build the house for her father. Let me marry her. So it's greed. But at the end of the day, we all know the ugly part of this thing. This is my personal opinion. Polygamy, some of you will say positive and negative in everything. But I would say in polygamy, there's 90% of negativity associated with polygamy today compared to the 10% that some of you will say, there's a positivity in it. Let me tell you, even the northern part, I think there was some few years back, there was continual news about second or third wife, maybe pouring acid or, doing something terrible or stabbing the other wife in the north. I don't know, maybe they stopped the media from giving people this news, but these things are happening every single day. And what was the reason why these young women do this? Some of them will say because they are jealous. Some of them will say because they feel threatened. The other one will say, okay, because she doesn't have a male child, so she wants, that's why she did what she did. And if you look at these people, they are so young. They have not even discovered themselves. So you see where the greed comes in, and then they now use culture as a yardstick. It is terrible. It's because in the South, many of us don't open eye. So nobody can really use culture to make as an excuse. People just do it because, okay, this is what I want. But in the North, they use culture as an excuse, and they know it. The men know it. It's just pure greed. And there's no man, I don't believe. See, we all have one heart. We all have one heart. And the heart knows what it wants. You cannot control what your heart wants. And there's no way that the heart will be divided equally for multiple people. There's no way. This is my own belief. Oh, there's no way. If Mr. A said, oh, he loves Mrs. A, as somebody put it out there, a man will always love his first wife. The other ones that he married are side wives or side chick. I don't know how he put it. It was quite comical, but you know, if a man loves a woman, he marries her, right? He cannot say, I would marry the second one and I love them equally. That's not it. That's not it. There's something in the second one that he likes. Perhaps she can cook very well. Perhaps she's neater. Or perhaps she's just a trophy wife. She's good representation when they go out. You understand?
No, you not can finish. I beg, you not can finish.
I know you want me to say that one, but I'm not going to say
this one is pay. You can't reach for where you want pay. You can't pause.
Mr. Elvis, you're a very naughty man. Oh.
You talk her when now? Pay, she's good where?
She's good in the other room. Or perhaps,
you are talking.
She's good in the kitchen. Or perhaps she's neat. Or perhaps, you know, she's just a trophy wife. She's a wife that you want to show off to your other male counterpart. Like, I married Miss Nigeria. You know, but at the end of the day, the man heart, he knows in his heart the one that he loves most. I have also spoken to a Benin man, may God bless his soul, who had multiple wives. And I asked him, like, said, Baba, I mean, so which one do you like amongst? So I said, I don't lie you. The second one was the one he truly loved. He had like, I think 6 wives. Then he started giving me the character of number 1, number 2, number 3, number 7. He said, when he gets too hot, he knows where he goes to. He still has shy chick on top. What does that tell you? Greed. And some men are just lazy in terms of handling their issues. Instead of them to handle it squarely, they run away and perhaps get another woman that they think would give them to cool their head. But that same woman is a different personality. So it's greed, pure greed and poverty that is causing this polygamy. I don't know what the men would say, but, you know, I don't expect a man, you know, like what Mr. Semota was saying about culture and all that, you know, like I said, culture has evolved. Even the way most of us practice some cultural things. Over time, the custodian of our culture has changed some things because it makes sense with the present day. Ask them. Most of our the custodian of our cultures, over time, they've evolved in what they deem fit on how we should practice our culture or how we should express our culture. It evolves over time. Polygamy has evolved over time. There's nowhere in the Bible that says polygamy is a sin. But however, I've forgotten which verse. I think it was Apostle Peter or Paul that says, you know, having one wife, it prevents you from a whole lot of problems. Preferably one wife, one man. Preferably. But if anybody who wants to do the multiple and it's an agreement between them, what they call it, the rules of engagement when you marry your first wife. If the rules of engagement, you told her this is the situation and the woman agrees, well, I respect their choices. I respect their choices. That's what I was saying now. Let it not be like I'm talking too much.
Okay, Madam Rita, but are you also aware, before you go, that for inside Bible talking for Isaiah, but saying Isaiah 4:1, say very soon women go come they beg men, may they marry them. Make you know, even though you don't get wife, you don't get 3 wife, you know.
I was expecting you to say that. I know some people said, oh, with the statistics. It is also said that it is not all women that are going to marry. The same way, it's not all men that are meant to marry, that will ever marry in their lives. Do you realize that? So when people just make it seem as if, you know, with time, they must marry, you know, the women are populated more than the men. But they are forgetting that there are some men that choose not ever to marry. The same thing with women. It's their choice.
Margarita, hold on. But you believe, say the time will really come where women go to beg men, say, marry me, join your wife.
I don't believe it. Mr. Elvis, I believe in what happens to me today. I'm not even thinking of what is happening tomorrow, because that's what Jesus said. Don't give us this day, this day. He didn't, Jesus didn't in the Lord's Prayer, he didn't say, give us tomorrow. Give us this day our daily bread. Believe in your now and not worry about the future or what is happening or what's going to happen. Believe in now. What is your life today now? What are the choices you're making now that you think will affect your future? It's a personal thing, Mr. Elvis. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mother Rita. Thank you. Thank you. You know, you see, this topic, I'm learning a lot today. But meanwhile, I would like us to move on to the next person. Thank you, Mr. Jonathan. Thanks for joining us. And good evening to you. Please, I beg talk to us for this topic. You know, say you are very good with politics. I beg. Most whether you go with another topic.
You know, this one, anyway, Mr. Elvis, thank you very much. And, welcome. I greet all the panelists and all those that are in the comment section. I greet everyone and welcome. You see, it's not, sometimes there are some things that we just prefer to keep quiet. And this is one such area. You just want to keep quiet, much more than even talking. Because whichever way you want to slice it, you cannot be fair. You can't be fair to everyone. And you cannot really have your way on topics like this. So I've learned that over time, over the years. And even let me start on your last statement, the Bible verse that you quote, and Madam Rita responded. See, it's already happening. In this age and time, it's already happening.
Exactly.
It's not that it's going to happen. The Bible prophesies it, that prophesy that it's going to happen. But it's already, that prophecy is already being fulfilled. It's happening. We're seeing women that are actually begging men to marry them. It used to be that the population of women is more than men. I don't know what the statistics is. I don't have the I don't have the number. I don't what the exact number is. But I always, whenever I read that verse of the Bible, or I come across it, or I heard people quoting it, I always use that number. That after all, women are more than men. So what do you expect? Of course, this is going to be the end result, where women will be asking men to marry them. So we're seeing it happening. I want to, I won't stay much on this issue of polygamy, because I will want to talk on this this lesbian gay thing. And
I'm sorry, Mr. Jonathan. I'm sorry. I just want to ask you a question.
Yes.
What is the quality of our forefathers then and the quality of men we have today?
In fact, see, let's be realistic. For me, I believe that the quality of our forefathers, I don't think the men of today can match it.
God bless you for your honesty, sir. Thank you.
That one are true now.
I don't think we even have the capacity.
And they think they can practice polygamy.
We are not even close.
We're not close at all. So on this, before I come to that lesbian gay thing, I just have one or two things on this polygamy thing. I strongly believe that no woman would want to share a man, with any other woman. And it is in the same vein too, no man, to be honest with ourselves, no man will want to see, his wife with another man. That's just obvious. And when it comes to this polygamy thing, for me, I believe it is more of contentment. It's more of contentment, which unfortunately many of us don't have. Many of us men, we don't have that. Many of us men, we don't have that contentment at all. It is more of contentment, because there are men that no matter what the wife, does to please or to pleases them, they will never be contented. They will still be looking out. So for me, it is more of that than anything else, because when it comes to polygamy, I don't think anyone, as I said earlier, can be fair. Nobody can be fair about it at all. You see, even men today, to be honest with ourselves, men today that have one wife in the open, the whole world knows that this man has only one wife. But in the real sense of it, the man is practicing polygamy. He has 2, 3 side chicks out there. Though you will see him with one woman as wife. This is the wife. But the man is still practicing. That is where that integrity that you mentioned, Madam Rita, that's why men of today cannot match it. Our forefathers, they are bold enough, courageous enough. They want to marry 2, 3, 4 wives. They go for it. They bring the woman home. Nothing to hide. That's why you see some people will say their fathers or great grandfathers married 7, 6. They bring them home. That's part of the integrity that they have. For me, they are bold enough. But today, men will be hiding and pretending to have some sense of contentment and integrity, which they lack, which they don't have at all. Marry one wife at home, but have 2, 3, 4, 5 outside. So that is it. So you can't really, it's day and night, today. So it is more of contentment. So if you want to marry 2, 3 wives and you have the capacity for it, bring it on. Bring the woman. If you and your wife agree, bring this woman, bring them on. If you are not satisfied with 2, 3, go ahead. Don't be hiding, because this hide and seek thing is more dangerous, it's more devastating, it's more destructive. Women that we have, men that have side chicks outside, is even more destructive than men that actually, brings the woman home. Like, this is my wife. Yes, it is clear. And the whole world knows this man is a polygamist. But today, men are practicing. In fact, the percentage of polygamists is even higher. It's just because that it is not official. Because once you have side chicks, you are polygamy. And some people will have side chicks. You won't believe some men have side chicks for years. I mean, for years. And even they will have children outside. So for me, it is still polygamy. It's not until when it is not when you bring the woman home that with the 2, 3 wives home that you now call yourself a polygamy. No, you are already a polygamist by having side chicks outside. That's what we don't know. So I will just leave that, with respect, to polygamy.
But that one, and they call say adultery now, not the polygamy.
No, they call it. They gave it the name adultery, but the man is practicing polygamy. Any man that has side chicks, you have 2, 3, you have 1, 2, 3 outside. You are a polygamist. Just call yourself the way you are. Yes, you are practicing polygamy, but adultery, but you are a polygamist. Especially those men that these side chicks already even have children for them. What do you want to
exactly?
Those ones that these side chicks have 1. Some men have 1, 2 kids outside the marital home. You are a polygamist. You are an adulterer polygamist. That one is even worse than men that declare it openly. Let people know that itself is courageous, and you are living by it, and people know. So that's why I said it is more of contentment and the integrity that our forefather, had. We're not even close to it at all. But with respect to this lesbian, this gay lesbian thing, see, that thing in Nigeria, you will be shocked to know that in northern Nigeria, it is more prevalent in northern Nigeria than any of us, will even dare to thought of at all. It's so much prevalent in that part of the country. And Nigeria as a whole, it is even more, you will be shocked. See, it's just that in the West, they pretend less. They don't pretend. They kind of pretend less about this thing, about this behavior, this kind of, act of being a lesbian or a gay. They don't hide it, or they hide it less. But we have perfected in Africa, or in Nigeria, we have perfected that pretense so much that we think it's not even existing. That when we now hear one case, we think all hell is going to break loose. What? It is even worse than in the West. I'll tell you, it is even worse than in the West. It's just that, you see, we pretend so much. People hide it so much in this part, in our own side of part, part of the world. Back then, some years ago, some few years ago, when my wife's family, they have a supermarket in Kano, and she worked there when she was young. And it was then, when we are talking about it now, we'll be laughing that this home delivery thing has been on for long. Home delivery is very popular now. They do home delivery, you order, you have all of them online. See, in northern Nigeria, that thing has been on for long. When back then in that supermarket, you see these Hausa people that marry 2, 3, 4, 5, wives, they don't come out. And they are very rich. Some of them, they have phones. There is phone in the supermarket. They will place a call to the supermarket. They will do all their order. And they will take it. It must be a girl. It is a girl that will take it. Those that are northerners, we confirm what I'm saying. It is a girl from that supermarket. Then you go. If you see the story that I heard, what is going on in the family? When she enters, it must, first of all, the person that is delivering must be a girl. She will take all the order. They will take the order, and then they will take it. They will take it to the house. When you get there, even they order for cigarettes. This woman, they also order for cigarette too from the supermarket and every other thing. Then they will deliver it there. When you get there, if you see what is happening, and I can't, I can't say those things online. When they, what is going on. That's why Madam Deborah, I concur with her. Yes, she said the fact. It's a cultural thing. They are not exposed to men. Do you even know that I was told that even their own children that are boys at some point, they don't have access. Even their own children that are boys at some point, once the boy gets to a certain age, does not have access. So this woman, it is a cultural thing. The girls, as they are growing up, they grow up to become women, ladies and women. They don't have access. So it's like just themselves. So they've been practicing this thing called lesbian. They've been practicing it for long. To the point that when the girl now eventually marry, that behavior is already part of her. She carries it in, and then it continues. Because at the end of the day, she's most likely going to a man. She's not going, most likely not the first wife, not the second, not the third. So that satisfaction is there. So they gain their satisfaction through relating with each other. So it's been on for long in Nigeria, and it is more so prevalent in the northern part of Nigeria. Even amongst the men, you'll be shocked. The rate of this thing in Nigeria is just as I said earlier. We have perfected the pretense. It has been so much perfected to the point where you will think it's not happening, or you will think it's very minimal. It is not. It is not. That is why we must guide our children, make sure, lead them, direct them very well, because now it is even getting worse and worse in Africa, in Nigeria now, that if children if you don't guide them properly, chances are that they will end up, imbibing this stupid, this stupid behavior. And it becomes part of them. And when they grow up, they just can't stop it. And the other thing they do there is that they lure them with money. it's not just that they use money to attract these people. So it is endless. They have them whenever they want to have them. And now when you now add poverty to the mix, then the whole thing is another level. Because someone who is still struggling, when he sees money, they fall into these things so cheaply. So that's, for me, what I want to, submit here.
Thank you.
To polygamy, and then let's make no mistake about it. This is a serious problem in Africa, in Nigeria. This thing is growing, and it's growing at a rate that only God will help us. Thank you very much, Mr. Elvis. Thanks to everyone.
Thank you very much, Mr. Jonathan. God bless you, sir. Let me take some calls quickly. Thank you very much. Your name and where you're calling us from. Good evening to you. Hello.
Hello.
Please, you're off your TV, sir. We are hearing you. We are hearing your TV, hearing everything in your house. Please turn them off.
Okay, you can hear me now.
Off what is in your... We hear it, so much noise on your background.
Okay, just hold on a minute. Okay, you can hear me now, right?
Go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
Can you hear me
us.
now? Okay.
Yeah.
I just wanted to quickly say something about
what's your name? Where you calling from?
I'm Bishop. Bishop is me, Bishop.
Okay, Mr. Bishop, talk to us, sir.
Yes. I just want to quickly say something about what or regarding the question that Madam Rita asked the man that was speaking after she had through with her own submission. She asked a question that if the man can compare the quality of men that we have today to the men of the old, and then he said, no, we can't really compare. But the truth is that, Mr. Elvis, you have to understand something. The era that those men lived in is not the same era that we are living in now. As at then, there was not so much of competition and there was not so much pressure. Are you getting it? Compared to the pressure of today. Back then, all your wealth is seen as your land. How much land? Keep quiet. How much land you can acquire was seen as your wealth. And why do you need all these children? And why? What was the reason for the polygamous family here and there as at then? It was because they needed people to work in the farmland. So they had to marry a lot of women so that they will have the manpower, to cultivate those lands and do the harvesting. Are you getting what I'm saying? But today, what you call wealth is not what you call wealth back then. Today, there is so much competition, there's so much pressure, and you can see this is really affecting everyone. Are you getting it? Back then, you don't see a 21-year-old boy, a 17-year-old boy want to get the whole world for himself. He's thinking about getting a car, having so many millions in his account. Life was way different from what we have today. Even today, when we talk about women, okay, fine. Are the women of today, are they better than the women we have then? The truth is that the one of then and the one of now, no one is better, but they are all good. It depends on the dispensation of time at which you are living in. Some of these women, they're also pressured by their own peers and all of that. Sometimes maybe your husband have a car and there's another lady whose husband does not have a car. Maybe she has to stress taking the children to school, going to work and all of that. Then she puts pressure on the man. Are you getting it? So we all have our flaws. The truth is that each and every one of us should work towards on how we can be better, no matter which era we are living in, no matter the pressure, no matter the circumstances, how each and every one of us can do better. Are you getting it? So whether I don't support polygamy, I don't like it. I hate it, for Christ's sake. But the truth is that there are men who just want to practice it. And like Madam Rita said, it's a thing of choice. And some people want to do it using their religion as, I want, because my religion permits me to do this, I want to follow my, what my religion, permits me to do. No, it's a thing of choice at the end of the day. Are you getting it? So if you decide to marry one wife, if is that what your ability can carry, and then you think you want peace, you can marry one. But if you need problem,
And then you as a woman who is coming to another man's home, knowing that that man already had first wife or second wife or third, and you still want to stay there, what will you say about such ladies? And you talk about poverty, she talked about poverty too, or poverty being the reason why some of these women are doing this. Look, let me tell you something. There is nobody who cannot do something now today, whether you like it or not. Like, the world is evolving. People are doing something. Look at you. You can tell that you have different source of generating income for yourself. Are you getting what I'm saying? If you don't have a job, you can create one. So, we should learn to understand that we are, the things that happen to us, we are the cause of the things that happen to us, and we have a choice in everything. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Mr. Elvis, I beg. I'd like to respond to what he just said.
No, you will.
Okay.
No,
all right. I hope I remember.
No. Let me quickly take Gingerbread Man. We have Gingerbread Man on the phone. Thank you, my brother, for calling in. After 7 years, we don't finally hear from you. Where you there since? We don't ask of you, Taya.
I do on the low key. I do on the low key. But my spirit, my soul, and my body is with you guys.
I know.
Today we are not discussing politics. You understand? I like this topic. I just wanted to give my 2 cents quickly.
Okay.
You see, men are polygamous biologically. I can tell you that is the reason why you see the Odogu is always ready for any action at any given point in time. And in order to correct this, my brother that just spoke last, polygamous home are the most peaceful home. Polygamy is not equal to chaos. In fact, it's peaceful. The man live longer. The people, the women, they understand themselves. And it's a thing of choice. In fact, polygamy has been the practice from the get-go. Go and look at the Bible. You understand? Those great men in the Bible, they all have several wives, not just one. Polygamy can be in the form of actual marriage or mistresses. So, but in the Western world, with the westernization of the world now, polygamy, you cannot talk about it, especially in this part of the world where I live in. But it is still a way of life, and I can never condemn anybody that chooses to practice. In fact, I'm considering it because I want to enter that department.
You want to marry second wife?
If I won't take like 3 or 4,
Mr. Elvis, you are causing trouble, Mr. Elvis. What you are setting up is not good.
Gingerbread Man, my guy. Now, how can he be saying this?
You are really causing trouble, Mr. Elvis.
No. Is that a break rule?
You break the yoke, not be rule.
Okay, yoke. No. The yoke has been broken a long time. My brother, see, let me tell you the truth. You see, polygamy is not a sin. I grew up in an environment where my neighbors, the one to the right had about 7 wives, the other one had 4 wives. My brother, if you see peace and understanding, plenty children, these people are living very, very long. But you see, it's a cultural thing, it's a religious thing, and whatever you practice, you go with it. It is not bad. In terms of these deviances, where they say the northern women are practicing it, I like Madam Rita's submission and then one other guy's submission. When you hold a child down too much, you don't give them any leverage so that they can begin to learn and make decisions for themselves while you guide them. That is when they go into this devilish and demonic, unnatural practices. So that is a food for thought for we who are in the stage of raising up young kids. You follow them with intelligence. You show them the right way. You guide them, but you don't hold them on lockdown. Because when you hold them on lockdown, when they go outside of your control, they want to explore those things that you actually prevented them from even getting to know about in the first place. So, Akira Doru and the younger brother getting married to his wife, the wife. I like the elder statesman here that spoke that according to the Igbo tradition in the past, that has been practiced. I don't know whether it is still practiced right now, but it's still the key information there. The key point I want to lay there is the woman has to agree. Because if the woman agrees, then who are you to say no? it is she has the right to agree. So if she agrees that I want to continue to stay in this family and I'm going to remarry the brother of my late husband, that is fine. You rather going outside to go and be skillowing outside rather than to keep it or go and born children outside to bring to that family. So I think it's not something to frown about. Rather, is to go into the details on why such decision might have been taken, just as Madam Rita said. And I really respect her submission on that topic. So my brother, I deal with you now, but I get us the thing called day right now, based on the lifestyle. So we are trying to meet up.
Gingerbread man.
Brother,
Thank you, my brother. It's good to hear from you. God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, that's my brother right there, Gingerbread man. In the talk he own. Say if fact in the consider him say he want marry another woman, join his own wife. But let me continue to hear from others. But Madam Rita, you wanted to say something earlier on. Please go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. I wanted, in the context of what the caller spoke about, when he said, he was referring to what I said about the men of today and the men of now, are they the same? I am saying it in the context of it's a man's world. Yes, I am saying it, and I've said it before. It is a man's world. Whether any woman likes it or not, the world we live in today is a man's world all over the world, not just predominantly in Africa. But however, in terms of it's a man's world, the quality of men we have of yore and the quality of men we have today differs. And he was saying something about it's different because most of the men didn't have anything to really worry about. There was no competition per se. How do you know that? Those days the population was less. Those days there wasn't technology. There was nothing to upgrade themselves as human beings. They didn't think of a car or airplane and all that. That's why I'm talking about evolving with times. The quality of men of those days, they had character. They had character. They were bold. They were hardworking. Even if they had big farms, these men were working. So whatever they say, the women follow suit. The women were not the sole provider of the entire home. It was the men. And that's why they were respected, and that's why the men had peace, and that's why when the man makes a law, it's a law. It makes an order in the home. It's law, and there's no woman that would challenge that man because they were not even raised to challenge their husband. So it's different as we evolve. Women are working. Women are the ones taking care of homes now. It's women now. So where is the modern day man placed in all of this compared to our forefathers? That's where I'm coming from. And that's why you see, because of this independence of women, they can, in fact, what can a man give a woman right in this day apart from his sperm? What can she, really and truly? A woman can work, a woman can be a scientist, a woman can be a driver, a woman can, she can fly an aeroplane, a woman can even create vaccines. And I'm telling you, what can a man provide? So if a woman who is thinking it, I'm not saying that, that is my ideology, but I'm trying to put it out there about the quality of men then and the quality of men now, and why there's a kind of a skewed way of practicing marriage life in these days, and the way the men are of these days, they hide. Why are you having a side chick? If you want a second wife, bring the woman home. Or you tell your wife, was that the original agreement when you guys got married? Even if that was not the original agreement, when you meet the woman, you tell the woman, okay, I've seen this girl that I like outside. I want to marry her. Come up front as a man. What is the difference between our forefathers and now? It's got to do with competition. And with all due respect to you, sir, I don't think it's about that. A lot of men of yore, they had character. They had pride. They stood tall. They took responsibilities. When I mean responsibility, it's not just about monetary aspect. They took responsibility for the things that they do and the words that they say. The men of today, they don't. They shy away, or they want to blame Mr. A or Mr. B. That's what I'm talking about. There's a difference. And that's why you think polygamy thrived in those days. Our forefathers can have all the 7 wives should be like friends. But another aspect, what damage has it done to the children that they bore? Everybody telling me that Mr. Gingerbread might say you had a neighbor and they lived in peace. But however, do you know how the children lived? Do you know how the children are living today because of polygamy? So like I said, there's 90% of practicing polygamy of now, but it's a personal choice. And I respect anybody's personal choice. But I just wanted to say that. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. No, Mr. Jonathan, please let me come back to you. Mr. Shimeze, please talk to us, sir. Mr. Shimeze, you're not talking.
Thank you for taking my call. I step out. Yeah, in fact, Mr. Jonathan, then Madam Rita, you break table. But the girl, you say something. Now they want to hear it more. Say, but you no one talk.
No, she can't jump that area. Why she will jump on? She's talk and finish that.
She mentioned something. He said the only thing men give to them is sperm. That's it. You know?
Kai, but she finished us for there. You sure say now only that one now would they give?
But she break the table this evening or this afternoon.
This woman matter, eh?
Yeah, I want to tell you something. You know, this issue of if you know how many people have died because of this women stuff, you know. Do you remember the TV, the guy, TV something, I don't know, the owner of, I've forgotten his name. So if you check about this issue of women having a concubine, having all of this, so many men have died because of it. For me, this is what Mother Rita said. I think that is another option or second option. Even if I want to marry, I will marry 3, not 2, because 2 will put you in trouble. But 3, they will keep you. They will make your head rest. Now, I want to give you. This is pure thing that happened to my friend. We all together in the market. Now, this guy already get to marriage. So he want to marry. So he now started buying things. We are preparing to go home. The guy from Isochi local government in the state. So Imo State, I mean, so now getting to December time. So I say he now started behaving somehow. So later on, I went to his house and I see a lady that's pregnant. I call him Eugene. What happened? I said, how did this thing happen? And I call him out. I said, but yeah, we are getting ready. We are getting prepared to go and marry for your marriage. He said, yes. I said, how this one happen? He said, you don't know. I said, okay, look at the pregnant, not a small, like 8 months pregnant. I said, how are you going to do this one? Why not marry this person? You want to put yourself in trouble? The next thing, this guy, on the 26th of December, this guy disappeared. From that 26th up to date, the guy is nowhere to be found. They just, 10 years ago, they just do the funeral. You know, why all this? It's because this men don't come out. You come out and say, know what you want. If you want to get another woman, it's better than kill yourself. That's what it is. But me, I'm telling myself because I'm not exemption. I will tell myself too. Whatever I saying something, I'm telling myself too. So even if one is not okay, then I say okay, please. If we discuss your wife agree with you, and you convince her and say, look at how this thing, you know, if you know what you need to, you're gonna use to convince him, convince her. You know, if I agree, fine, but if they no, that means hey, you keep going outside. Thank you, Niger Watch. Bye.
Mr. Shimeze, thank you, sir. Not call back again. We don't do for today. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Niger. My call.
Thank you, sir. Yes, sir.
The only brave men right now, I would say, I'm admitting it, from the south,
hold on, madam,
that are coming out at the Isoko and Urobo men. They're doing it live.
Okay, the Isoko and Urobo men.
Yes, they're doing it like you see. Then they'll put poster. They'll do a marriage card. They're married 2 wives on the same day. They're not, and they're 2 young women. Those are real men.
Okay, all right. I will respond to you on that again, moderator. Thank you, love. God is my strength. Thank you, man, for calling in. Good evening to you.
Thank you very much. I just got him, but I have to go and watch all the videos so that I can really talk.
Yeah.
Before I came back here. Give me time, please.
Okay.
First of all, I want to talk about the Abuja women who are into lick me and lick you business. You see, one thing that I want us to know as a society, I will not say, because if you say a Muslim woman, due to religion, they are not supposed to do that kind of a thing. I agree. But what I want to say, our society, number one, does not agree to that kind of a thing at all. If a married woman that is married and the husband is not satisfying her the way he's supposed to satisfy her, you see, one thing that I find out with most of these Hausa people men is that once a woman gets to a certain age, they dump them and go for younger women.
Oh.
That's what they do. They don't like old women.
Wow.
So what happened now is that these women now, they start going around because they don't want their husband to know that they are cheating. So now they find out that other women can also satisfy them. So that their husband will not suspect, people around will not suspect. So what they are not doing now is that they are keeping the way they are now doing woman to woman. But yes, it's in the society, it's all over the world, people are doing it. But is that a good thing? Is that what, as a society, as our society, are we supposed to do that kind of a thing? I'm telling you, I will never encourage that kind of thing. I'm not doing it as hypocrite. The Bible is against it as a believer in Christ. When Paul said, he said a time will come that men and women will be interested in doing with each other. It's not a good thing. Anything that you do that is against the order of God, it is not good. The order of God is for a man and a woman to multiply, multiplication, to bring children into the world. Not for you to be man and woman to woman. And we encourage it as a people. It is wrong. Mm-hmm. Why are we here on this earth? We are here to fill the earth with children, so that as we are going, we'll be having new children come along. If we encourage this thing that all these people are bringing to us, we will not be able to have population that will be able to work with us. We need to know that this is not a good thing. It is against the order of God. And everywhere I see it on the internet, I go there and I will write it that Jesus is Lord. All this is vanity upon vanity. Until the last time that you close your eye, then you know that what you are doing to yourself is not good. I will not encourage it. And I will never encourage it. I'm against it, and I'm against it with my total heart. It's really bad. Quickly, I want to, because I saw something that you put on the screen here, that Isaiah 4 chapter 1. You see, one thing about this chapter, that in that day 7 women will hold on to one woman, and one will say, give me food, and all. Although that is not the meaning of what is there. He was talking about the Israelites who have been sent to Babylon. They have been sent there and they have no food, they have nothing. God was keep putting a curse on their head that when they come back, they will not have food. Women who are there will be more than the men. That is that word.
No. Mama, you dey change am, you dey change am. Let me say you talk am.
Not so.
Mama, now different verses. I get more than 20 verses from here, from different Bible.
Like that was. My dad was. Look, I tell you, see one of all these Old Testaments that you see, they are a type of Christ.
But not be the same Old Testament. Not be una go they take tithes. They come say.
No, I will come to that one. I'll come to that one. So you see this thing where they talk here. It's good. Isaiah is prophesying what is going to happen.
But it's already happening now. But it's already happening.
It's happening, but is it good? Is it good?
But na Bible talk am. Na Bible talk am. Not be me and you talk am, madam.
Like that was. Let me ask you one question.
Yeah.
Are you able to cope with one woman? I want to ask that
no,
question.
For someone like me, I can never marry two women. So, but Bible talk and say, time go come, 7 women go the beg man. Say, don't worry, don't feed us, don't give us clothes, don't give us anything. I just want to I just want to carry your name. It's already happening.
That time, not be now. That time, Isaiah was telling them the prophecy was what's going to happen.
But it's happening now. The prophecy is right. The prophecy is right. It's happening.
I don't agree. That not be so. A man should not be encouraged to marry 2 wives.
No. So okay, Mama. Okay, you are not telling us say Bible lie now. Now so you talk now, be.
Bible not lie. That's the meaning of what happened there.
But now you say an Old Testament. For where ecclesiastic, Mama, ecclesiastic, where is there for Bible? Not be Old Testament.
No, Old Testament is there.
But why would I call the quote her all the title tomatoes? Ecclesiastic.
Which one with that?
No, you say make with the pay tithe. I be not beside the idea.
No. Like I tell you, you see that title when they talk, the pastor are just, all of them are just thieves. Because if you go to Malachi is not talking about money. Malachi is talking about food stuff.
Okay, Malachi.
Back into their land. There was no food. There was famine in the land. So they now God told them that they should bring their farm products into the house so that they can share to the widows, those who lost their husband, those who don't have to eat. It is not money. It is our people who change it to money. Okay. Money is not tithe. We are not in the New Testament. There's nothing like tithe. You see a bedami, he normally collect tithe before. But later, when he read the Bible and he understands the Bible, he came back and said he is sorry that he has collected tithe. It was the wrong thing. So he's not going to collect tithe again.
Okay.
They're all fighting him because
but Nigeria pastors, they turn the Bible upside down. They don't agree understand that area.
No, they don't understand that because they turn them all around because they don't want people to know. Because people are not reading the word of God. That is why the Bible says, my people suffer for lack of knowledge. The Bible says, it says, study the word of God so that you can be approved unto the Lord. A workman that is not ashamed to divide the word of truth. What is there that if you don't read your Bible, you will not know Jesus. Okay. If you don't read your Bible, you will not know what the Bible is telling you. That is why a lot of our people are lost.
Thank you.
So the tithe is not about money, it's about food. They are just stealing from the people, and the people are hungry, suffering, and they are building house. Oyedepo is working as a king with all the money he has stolen from people, and is looking it in their eyes. God will help our people that they can learn. Thank you.
Thank you very much, man. Thank you. This topic don't make us learn so many
Mr. Elvis.
Yeah, Mr. Jonathan. Quickly.
You know why I will agree with the last caller.
Mr. Alex, you have to hold on. Go ahead, Mr. Jonathan.
Yeah, Madam Origin, right?
No. Love of God is my strength.
Madam God of love is my strength. You know why I will agree with her? I agree with her because of her consistency. Not that I believe in what she believed in this matter, especially when you are talking about Isaiah 4:1, but because she's consistent. Because she said Isaiah 4:1 is not talking about women, and that Malachi 3:10-12 is not talking about money. So it's about prophecy. So she's consistent. But what they do today is that when it comes to Isaiah 4:10, Isaiah 4:1, because it is convenient for them, they will say it's not about women, marrying women. But when it goes to Malachi, it's about money.
Exactly.
You see there. When it is, they only use this.
Now,
So that's why I agree with that.
wuru enter inside.
They take wuru. Be consistent. If you say Malachi 10 is about money, then also Isaiah 4:1 is about women going after more men. That's them going after men, women marrying.
No, Mr. Jonathan, Bible can't lie when you reach Isaiah 4:1.
Yeah, that one I lie. That one, that's it now.
Bible lie.
Bible lie. But when it gets to Malachi 4:10,
no, Bible not lie. Bible
no lie that time.
You
see
like
the
that
inconsistency there. Yeah, that is that's so I like her consistency. She's consistent. So if you want to be consistent all through. We know where you are.
Let me come back to you.
Thank you.
We have Mr. Alex. Mr. Alex, thank you very much, sir. Please, good evening to you. Talk to us.
Thank you, Mr. Najawas, and I greet my dear panelists and those on the comment section and viewers worldwide, of course, our enemies amongst us. This phone call is a tribute to a man that I owe in high esteem, Mr. Akeredolu. May your soul rest in peace. I give you this phone call today because you deserve it. I'm coming from another angle. When the killing spree of the Buhari administration was going on, when governors were like chickens, only one man stood up and said, let us defend ourselves. Only one man challenged them that this is not normal anymore. That was Governor Akeredolu. He gave the idea that brought about Amotekun. Akeredolu stood against the fall and the killing spray. Akeredolu stood when many governors were collecting money. Akeredolu gave his life almost to let people know the president cannot be quiet when herdsmen are killing people. So I want to say, Mr. Akeredolu, you are a soldier. You will continue to rest in peace. Rest on. My political colossus. Rest on my political edifice. Today I heard them discussing about you. I said, I'm going to pay this tribute to you. You brought about the resistance that the Benue State governor took over from you and started resisting the killings of people. If we had half of what Akeredolu did in those states, many people would have still been alive in those states. So Akeredolu, I want to say rest on. I love you so much. I respect you. You will live in our memory forever. Najawas, I'm very sorry if I deviated, but this man is a loss that we are not paying attention to. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Wow. All right. That kind of diversion, I don't mind because it's a tribute. So, yes, it's allowed. Anyway, I appreciate every one of you, my people. Thank you so much. We have Mr. Tony Africa with us. Mr. Tony Africa, thank you very much for your time with us. Good evening to you. Please talk to us.
Yeah, hello. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Tony. Everybody. Thank you, sir. Yeah.
So, our culture is our culture. We can't be here, on a daily basis discussing how we can get a better society in Africa, and then we at the same time embracing our religion. And then I can hear Madam Rita talking about involvement. We're not involved anywhere. So that further confirmed my suspicion, allegedly, that you are not from Edo, because our culture is polygamous culture, and we are very proud. And we are very proud of it. It depends on how the men are able to manage. So my dad is able to manage his home, and most of my dad's friends, we're able to manage the home. So we still stay united. So no one is perfect. So brothers and sisters, they do quarrel sometimes, but nevertheless, as long as you are answering.
But why you say Madam Rita not be from Edo State? Why?
Because her antecedents or her thinking is quite is opposite. Look at her, they attack Isoko, they attack Urobo.
She not attack. No, she not attack Isoko. She said they are the only people that is brave to come out today with their two wives.
But they are also Edo people. They are not.
But what she said is not. But there's nothing wrong with what she said now. He said we will be Edo people. They hide our side chick. But Isoko and Robo, they bring their own come out.
Isoko's are also part of our, Edo people tribe.
But we have to say it how it is now.
Ethnic. They are just ethnic. No, the culture is there. Look, on those states, every day when I talk say that Yoruba is just a language. But the people that settled in this old western region, plus the Ijaw people, we are all the same siblings.
But the constitution didn't say it like that anymore. Everybody have their governors.
We don't want constitution, and that's why now we define say look, separate the country peacefully without a war, because we people with the same culture and they already have to live together. So, but I don't know how. Some women will prevent their men from. That's our culture, and we should proud of it. Then, secondly, to the religion, all this Isaiah when they quote just now, they quote Isaiah, the other one they quote the other one they quote Malachi. There's no point of you guys to be coming here to disturb the peace at Nigeria Watch platform. Then we're gonna go remain abroad. We're gonna preach about Bible. We're gonna pack on a load. We're gonna go to Israel or Palestine, go to live there or Saudi Arabia. We can't be here. We cannot embrace colonial. So what would have happened to us then if the colonial master didn't come to enslave us? And then we are saying that we would want a better Nigeria, a better Africa, and then we are still unable to get out of this trap called religion. That's the problem, sir. People, you see the way people finish, they'll say that, oh, the other pastor good. No pastor good. It's either we are in it or we are out of it. So what did colonial master brought for us as vested interest people to come and scatter our brain? We should try to get out of them and they start to think right. That's the problem of Ghana. So because we are all the same people of old Western region, we are used to marrying many ways.
So Mr. Tony, do you support polygamy?
Not to say I support her. It's our way of life. It's like if you take a command, now the Brisbane with the Brit, now be that. If you take a command, you know Yoruba and the two people again, they will die.
Okay, that means, Mr. Tony, you feel marry 2 wives.
Oh my God, I feel married 7. What do you concern me? And I would knock them every day. They chop different soup. My father not they chop just at the soup. Now today the woman will come, he will bring this come or go. Now. So then we will eat. Then that woman will sleep with that day. Then the next day, that woman will cook. I say the bean. That's our culture.
Okay.
You see, if you go to Yoruba, the same thing. Alhaji, pastor, whether they call them, whether you get religion, all of us, that's what we did. But they make the men they work harder to be real men.
Okay, thank you.
Real men so that they can go to take care of the family and everybody is working together for the betterment of the whole children. So my mother even pays school fees for my siblings from another mother. And then they also pay this back to her. That's what we are talking about. It's our way of life. That is our breeze.
Okay.
What would it take? If we take polygamy out of old Western region people, Ondo, Ogun, or your Edo, Delta, Ijaw people, that means you want to kill us with that.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Tony.
Thank you
God bless you, sir. Thank you. Yeah. All right, callers, thank you very much. God bless you all. Okay, my people, we're already almost 3 hours. 3 hours is enough for this broadcast today. Okay, but still, let me go to Mr. Joseph. Mr. Joseph, I thought we lost you. Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Joseph. Please, I would like you to give us your final submission, sir.
Final submission. I greet the panelists once again, and then I just came in now. The question of marrying 2 wives is a traditional thing, but nowadays it has been defined differently. And the way people look at polygamy is not very encouraging like it thrived in the past. Most people married so many wives for economic reasons. Then, at least they had the children. With too many children, you can go to the farm and farm your land, extract the produce, and then take it to the market. So you need too many hands. Labor was not very common then. So polygamy is a way of life of those days. But today, to marry 1 wife is even too much. And let me shift again for that lesbianism situation. I remember it's not only prevalent in the northern states. It is common even in Igbo land. I remember when I was in high school, I lived in a dormitory, and most girls now lived in their own dormitory, and they practiced what they call supe, which is another form of lesbianism. It's the same thing but different names. So they had it, and then I came to Houston. The same thing is happening amongst most Igbo women, Edo women. They convoluted themselves and then they still practice the same thing. I'm serious, I'm not exaggerating. The women will organize a party at a hotel, they'll rent a suit, and the women will come from their little cocoons. They are all married. They will converge there and do their things till tomorrow. It's happening here. And because they are married, they do it discreetly. So that's a very bad omen. And that of that Christians, the boy, and then all this shenanigans. And listen, Christianity is, well, they call it tithe. Tithe is fake. I don't know. Maybe people have their own different reasons and definitions of that tithe. If my own tithe is, if I have enough, like I see somebody hurting on the side and he needs help, I help them. I don't have to go to the pastor for God to receive it. I have to be my brother's keeper. If somebody is in their need of something that I possess, and I know I can let it go, I give it. That's tight. You don't have to go to the church to give it to the church, but I also go to the church to pay my electricity bills because I know they use electricity and water. The little I put in there should be able to take care of some of those bills, part of the bill, because it's a congregation where so many people out there. So that of this person is talking against this person, the collected tithe, you build a house with it. That's the essence of collecting and preaching. You see, all their emphasis is God, prosperity, gospel. If you sow many seeds, sow so much seed, God will bless you enormously. That's all baloney. They're all trying to enrich their purses so that they can amass so much wealth to take care of their own individual needs, which includes building hotels and building churches and expanding their churches and all that. But let me tell you one thing. They are talking about it. It's something happening in the east between Pastor Mbaka and Father Mbaka and then Ebube, whatever his name is. This one is calling the other fake. The other one is calling the other arranging miracles. See, they're beginning to fight. God is putting confusion amongst them. They're beginning to fight to divulge some of those hidden because those people are vulnerable back home. They don't understand what's going on. Like Father Mbaka is telling that Ebuka Obi is somebody that is very popular among the eastern region, and most people have so many followers in the world. And now Mbaka is saying that he's arranging all these miracles. These are fake miracles. And then Obi himself is alleging the same with to Father Mbaka. So they are divulging those hidden secrets of the doctrine of the Christianity that's hidden from the masses. So I don't know. God is revealing all these little things so that people can be aware and then be very circumspect in terms of picking out somebody you worship with. So it's sad. It's really sad that what's going on in the Christian church is grab mentality, and the gospel is anyway. I have a different version of that, so I don't want to influence people on my own way of thinking in that regard. So that's about the final submission I have. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Joseph. God bless you, sir, for putting your voice to this topic today. I appreciate you. Thank you. Let me quickly take these calls here. I have a couple of people calling in Let me focus on take 5 callers, then I'll come back to the panel again. Thank you, Madam Origin, for calling in. Good evening to you, ma'am. Please talk to us.
Hello, everyone. Nearly. I thought I was going to roll this one out, but I have to say something very quickly. I greet everyone. Happy Sunday. Everyone that has made submission today, I'm just sitting here listening. I just want to make a quick observation. But before I make that quick observation, I have 2 or 3 words for each and every one of us. Number 1 is, know thyself, O man or woman. Know thyself. Number 2, to each and every one of us here, there is no end to evil. There is, on this planet Earth, you will see. So, matter of evil happening or bad things happening, it is what it is. That is where we are on planet Earth. You will see good, you will see evil. But most importantly, know yourself, oh man. I bring the other word I want to say. You see, if you do not have deep, and this is majorly to the women, because I'm a little passionate about women, if they can only understand who they are, know who they really, really are, they will, they don't, they will become a slave, even to everything and anything. Women are more than they can. I hope they wake up. Now, I'm sitting here listening to everyone, and as I am listening, I see that a lot of men, you guys give yourself too much accolade, most except maybe Mr. Jonathan. I don't know who else that spoke that was kind of being fair. Most of the men that spoke today kind of felt it is okay, that polygamy is okay, that who they are, how they handle themselves, they have a license. There was one day, Arise and people of Port Harcourt started the brouhaha, that I asked them a question. And that question I asked them is, if you people think that, oh, men, they can't hold themselves, they are licensed, they know how it is in their DNA to spray whatever they have everywhere. What happened? And they said that time that if they don't, they will have the enlarged prostate, they will have this one, they will have that. And I asked them, Reverend Fathers, how come they have not developed all these things you people are talking about? Because to the best of my knowledge, they are supposed to be celibate all their lives. So you see, men, stop deceiving yourself. Know thyself, oh man. Now, a lot of them that spoke today said we are condemning lesbianism. How women do themselves and don't do them. It's the same thing. And there is one quote. This is a quote. I didn't make it up. There's a quote that said, the more you don't have sex, the less you want it. So if someone has, trained their brain to, have sex everywhere, whether you're a woman or a man, you'll be looking for it everywhere. So the most important thing is what because like you people will say that I've been listening from beginning to the end. What Mr. Jonathan said today, everybody should take it home. Contentment is the key. And I bring another quote. I didn't make this one up. It says contentment is not the fulfillment of what you want, but the realization of how much you already have. You see, all this want is what is killing us. By the time we build contentment and look at what is important in our lives and run after it, you find out that you're going to have a better life, whether you have 1 or you have 10. And Timothy 1:6, like you have quoted a lot of Bibles to us today. Let me quote one for you all. Godliness with contentment is great gain. That is 1 Timothy 6:6. And then when you are talking about how in the Bible, it says 7 women will run to 1 man. I tell you, Jesus said it In the beginning, go and read Mark chapter 10. Today is Sunday, so you have to read a few Bibles. It says, in the beginning, the way God made it, he made man and a woman. And he said, they two will become one. Anything outside that, even Moses was giving them certificate of divorce. So this thing didn't start today. But it boils down with the word I'm leaving for you today. Know thyself, oh man. Let us stop deceiving ourselves. Whether it is custom, tradition, it is man-made. When we find out what God wants us to do, we are going to live a better life here.
Thank you.
God bless you, all of them. Happy Sunday.
Thank you very much, Madam Origin. God bless you. Thank you, man. Okay, let me take more calls. Mr. Alex, you're calling back again.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Najawa. I just want to thank all of you for the deliberation today. I learned a couple of things. I'm really grateful. I know you are rounding up now. I mean, it's been such it's like a classroom today. So yeah, and I want us to look at the vanity of life also, because one day we're going to leave everything, all the looting, all the to other governors. Your beautiful wife that you are joining to loot the state, another man will take if possible. Yeah. So you are not going anywhere with your wife or your husband. Better you fix the road, fix electricity, build schools, and make sure you leave a legacy, a good legacy. You see the good things we are saying about this man, even if we are learning a couple of things. He didn't go to the grave with his wife, as beautiful as she is, as intelligent, as that's the most treasured thing for a married man, is his wife and his children, let alone the monies. So as a governor, one day, that your wife that you are using to loot the state is going to be another man's wife. Learn a lesson and do the right thing. And I thank those that called in. I thank everybody that educated us today about the cultures. Madam Rita, all of you. I'm grateful. And I want to say on this note, Mr. Akeredolu, rest on. You live in our hearts. You fought against the Fulani killing spray of the Buhari killing machine those days. Thank you, sir. You were the first to stand up when other governors were collecting money. Thank you, sir, for standing up to form a Matr, to have every state have their security network. We have Edo State Vigilante today because of you, sir. Although it came very late in Edo State, people had already died. So, Akeredolu, people like us who are the lines of history, your name is written in gold in our hearts. We know you are not perfect, but you save lives with that action. We know why the church massacre was carried out by the herdsmen that was never found up till now in your state. We love you. Okay. We, the children of the land, we will never forget you. And thank you so much for leaving a legacy of patriotism. Rest on, compatriots. Rest on, soldier. Thank you, Mr. Najawash.
Thank you very much, Mr. Alex. Thank you. Okay, I'm returning 2 calls. Let me start here. Mr. Chris, I'm going to call you back. I'll come to you. Let me quickly start with someone else here. Guys, help us to press on the like button. God bless you. I can see Mother Iris Finance in the building. Good evening to you, Mother. Thanks for joining us. Good evening to you, sir. Thanks for calling in. Please talk to us.
Hello.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Hello.
Mr. Najawat.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Hello.
Good evening to you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, my brother. God bless you. Happy Sunday and happy deliberation. Your topic today is fire. But initially I said I didn't want to say anything, but I was just pushed to everything you say today. I don't know which side I will start from. Now, first and foremost, let me go through the hijab people. Niger Watch. I went down Nigeria when I was serving the government, and I spent almost half of the 35 years I was supposed to serve in government in the northern side. I saw much more than what you are saying here today. Even some that, normally when they put on that hijab, and they don't come out publicly in the daytime. At night, they can send them out with one small boy or one small girl. And they will move out with a small boy or small girl, get to somewhere, they will buy that small boy something and ask her to sit down there, that is coming, they want to see this their female friend here. And they'll pass through the back and see the man they want to see. Finish there, come out again.
Wow.
In Borno, I had an experience one time. Somebody was telling me, say, okay, watch, let me show you something. There, it is with touchlight you call them. You don't call them, go and shouting, hey, come. Just flashlight on the face of the person. You flash and you off it. You watch that woman with that hijab on her face, walk straight, follow that touch, straight to where the touch is. I saw that. I'm just telling you that. I don't want to go deep into it. These are things that, it can cause trouble if one starts opening up what you know. Now, beyond that, the Akeredolu issue. Let me go back to the Bible first. I don't know whether you read the story of, what's his name? Judah, the fourth son of Jacob.
No.
Judah is the one that the scepter was given to, and it was through Judah that Jesus Christ came. Judah had how many children? He had 3 children first. The first son got married. Somehow, God hated his behavior and killed him. That was what the Bible said. So when he died, Judah asked the younger brother, the immediate younger brother, to go into the brother's wife so that he can make a child in the brother's name. The younger one did not want that idea of making the child that will be called by his brother's name, but he wanted to sleep with the brother's wife. And he went into the woman, and when it was time for him to come, he spilled the whole thing on the floor. God got angry and killed him.
Okay.
Judah became afraid. Judah called the lady. He said, okay, Tamar is the name of that young lady. He said, please go back to your father's house. Stay there as a widow until my 3rd son grows up. When he grows up, I will call you to come and marry him. But that was out of fear. He didn't want that. He was afraid maybe the 3rd boy will die. But somehow, that girl now became smarter than Judah. Judah was going to shear his sheep somewhere, and he went with a friend. On their way going, Judah didn't have a wife this time. On the way, the girl heard that her father-in-law was going to shear his sheep somewhere. She dressed like a prostitute and came and, sat somewhere by the roadside and waited. When Judah saw her, Judah went to her and asked her, can I come into you? He said, yes, if you give me what I want. And Judah asked her, what do you want? It's okay. You will give me that scepter in your hand. You will give me your bangle, and you will give me your ring.
Okay.
And then when you bring the small goat you said you are bringing, I'll give them back to you. Judah gave to her, and slept with her. This girl got pregnant. So when Judah came back trying to bring what he promised, the girl was no longer there. They asked everybody around there. They said that there's no whore around this place. So Judah said, well, instead of him disgracing us, let us just go away. But what happened? 3 months later, Judah heard that the daughter-in-law was pregnant. He said they should go and bring her so that they will stone her to death. When the lady came and they asked her, who owns the pregnancy? He just simply brought out what the father-in-law gave to her. He said, the owner of these things. He said, the Bible. What did Judah say? Judah said, oh, this girl is more righteous than myself.
Okay, the story, you will pause the story, sir. Try to round up the story.
I've rounded up that story. The same thing Jesus Christ said to the woman he met at the well. If you remember that one too. He said you already have married 5 people. The one you are living with now is not your husband. There are different instances I could give you in the Bible. So in Igbo land, it used to be. But let me give you a typical example of the one that happened in my presence. I served government. I was posted to Benin Republic to head an office there. I had a young man who was my gate man. He was a Belenois. That young man, the father died. And they passed on the father's wife to him. How do you see that one? It's not a brother now. We are talking of his own father's wife, who was almost old enough to be his mother.
Thank you.
I was asking him, I said, how do you, he said the woman got even assassin. So, you know, it's these traditions you cannot do without them. They are there. You can't erase them completely. It's a lot to eat if we have to talk. So I don't have the time. Otherwise, there are a lot of things, even including some of these other issues you raised, that I would have wanted to talk about.
Thank you.
But let's keep it here. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, for that educative story. God bless you. Thank you. Okay, the last caller that we are going to take this night now is going to be we're ending it with Mr. Chris. Mr. Chris, if you're listening to me, I'm trying to return your call. You know. Okay. Oh, somebody has just called in. Kai. Voila. Hello. Good evening to you. Your name and where you're calling us from?
Good evening, Mr. Nigeria Watch. Are we on live?
Yeah, you are live. You are live. People listening to you.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
My name is good evening. Good evening, everyone. My name is Osayi from Liverpool. So
Thank you, Madam Sayi.
regarding the polygamous family, I totally 100% disagree. As someone who grew up with a half sibling, a stepmom, I 100% disagree. Like what Madam Rita said, what about the children or the affect this type of relationship or like our father had in the past? What happened to the children? I am prime example. Today, I classify myself as someone who have a daddy issue. Because based on what I witnessed, my mom is the older woman of the house. Then my dad went on to go and marry the second wife. There was a chaos. I'm from Edo State, by the way. There was a chaos when I was growing up. Chaos in our house. My stepmother would just randomly start fighting my mom. And my mom cannot fight to save her life. My elder brothers, because you are not allowed to beat your father's wife. Every day there was a nightmare in our house growing up. So based on that reason, I made promise to myself, I will not marry a black man. Based on that reason, till these days, I still have issue with my father. At a point, me and my younger sister that also here in the UK, we asked my mom, how come you didn't divorce my dad? Why did you stay with him? My mom said, if I divorce him, who will raise you guys? I said, you would have been better off. Till this day, we still have issue with my half sisters or my half brother. Because based on their mom behavior transferred to them, it's such a nightmare growing up in that such environment. So for me, witnessing my brother today now, all my brothers, they are 5 of them has married, just one wife. I'm so proud of them because I can see the generation they are changing. If they want to have 6, 7 children, it's up to them. But I'm so proud of my brother today because this is not the new generation. None of my brother dare to marry a second wife. Do you know why? Based on what we all witnessed. My father was unable to train most of us because there is plenty children everywhere. We all go to farm instead of going to school. So polygamous home is something, if any man who want to marry a second wife, they can do it if they are capable.
Yes.
Otherwise, do not do it because you don't know how it's going to affect the children in future. Like I said before, I have daddy issue till this day. My children, they are missed. Why?
So you are telling, your message now is that whatever decision a man wants to take, he should put the children into consideration, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I support that.
Polygamous home is not something one should be endorsed like this day and age. Our forefather did it because they have all those land. They want to, like my father, for example, we take us to farm. He have all these children, so we can able to support him at the time. But this day and age, how can you even think of marrying 2 wives? How are you going to support them? Which education with the state of the country? Just like this generation it should be something everyone should learn from our past or our forefather mistake. I'm done with our culture. I love our culture so much. I'm a proud Benin woman. But when it comes to polygamous home, that is a no for me.
Okay.
Anyway, that's the reason I just
thank you very much, ma. I really do appreciate your call today. That God bless you, ma. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay,
Good
ma.
evening, everyone.
Good evening. Okay, love of God is my strength. You're calling back, man. You have only 1 minute.
There's one I really want to talk about.
Yeah.
That I didn't talk about because my time was too much. And Akeredolu, the wife got married to the younger brother. Is it? Thank you.
Yes.
Oh, one thing I want to say, you see, some women, they have a problem, and I will say it here. And I'm sorry to all women on this platform. I'll say some. I'm not saying all. Please, I want us to know that there are some women here who cannot hold themselves. It's a big issue. And I have a friend, and I know even if she hears, she will not be angry anyway. She can't hold herself. Every day she has to look for, even her husband traveled, and that's why they put her out of the marriage. She cannot hold herself every day. You see, let's look at it. Let's look at it well. I'm not accusing her, but I'm saying that yes, they do it in the olden days. Oh, don't get it wrong. Oh, they do it. Oh, something must have been going on. Even while that man was sick. How can this man just die all of a sudden? And now you decided to take on the younger brother. It is true. I'm not against her, but I'm surprised. I'm surprised. Not now. If she wants to do that, if she wants to have a man, she would have gone aside. To me, I feel in my own mind, my heart, that she did not respect her children. She did not respect them at all. It's really, really bad.
But they said that is their tradition now, their culture or something. I don't know.
Not every culture has it. Even Robo people do it before. Robo people do it, yes, they do it. But what I'm saying is that it's not, to me, I just feel that it's wrong. Something must have been happening for them to decide so quickly to get married. Hey, maybe before that man even came, they don't hide the drum. You hear everything I talk, they don't hide the drum, not be today.
Okay,
so
you think that means you think it was too soon, right?
It was too soon. Yes, I'm saying they should have given that man respect. When did they put this man on the ground? So this thing must have been going on for a very long time. Before this thing, they didn't want to hide it. And maybe they've seen them somewhere. They now decided to come out and say they want to marry. Haven't you seen young brother sleeping with some people's wife of senior brother? It happens. So it's not because of anything. They've been doing it before.
But it's a mutual. Are you also aware it's a mutual agreement between both of them?
Yeah, it should be mutual. Okay, let me ask you one thing. How do you think that they will not agree to do it together if they've been doing it?
But how are you sure they'll be doing it?
It's not studying.
How are you sure they'll be doing it? It's just it's something that's been happening with these particular tribes in Nigeria now.
Yeah, but let me tell you, Mr. Niger Watch, let me tell you, it's not only them. They do it in mostly every tribe before. Every tribe, if somebody die, brother, the other brother will take over. They do it in my own place. My granddad, when he died, his younger brother married my dad's mom. So they do it. But that was then, those days. Not now anymore. It doesn't happen again. When you marry, your husband go, you might still be part of the family because of your children, not because of the man and the brother. Then that's how they will accept you. No. There's something going on before that man close eye. When did they bury this man? Please, I'm not saying cheating it happens, but that's what I feel in my heart. And to me, I don't like it. It's the children are not respected in any way because the children are before they start doing this kind of a thing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, man. God bless you, man. Thank you.
Mr. Elvis.
Hold on, please, guys. Just let me take my last call so that I know that the course is over for today. Whenever I'm taking the last, please, Mr. Chris, if you are hearing me, just be calling in, please. Call in. I wanted to call you back, but I could not. If you want to make contribution, Mr. Tony, go ahead. You have 1 minute.
Thank you, sir. You know, please, not be holding this. They should do them. Even my uncle died recently, so they had to ask the younger of the family to remarry that guy. But if the woman said no, she's not going to be forced. But that's our culture. That is why we are moving backward as Black Africans. We don't have to be, because of say we did for England, they will begin to say that now only this. It's our culture. So, and then, God bless that woman. That Akeredolu do Mrs. Akeredolu with her family also. For everyone agree. That is the best thing. So, uncle is our father. My uncle is my father. So, if you take over my mother, it's okay. If my father is no more. Yeah, no, don't come. I beg you. No, they come, they talk. What you will save Africa.
But Mr. Tony, it be like say now you not be from Edo State the way you tell they talk now. Have you seen any Edo person doing that? Marrying a younger brother, marrying the late elder brother's wife.
Okay, the first son said they marry our mothers when our father they leave behind. Till today, I beg you,
I never heard that before. No, Mr. Tony, you are from Yugoslavia.
We are the minority of God. We're not the state for villages. Okay, but now our culture, I beg you, our Ghana, make your work. What you do? Make it for beer fruit. Make we just promote Africa here.
This part too much.
You don't see that when people they talk say your friend, our friend, Alex Oyema, you say that we can survive in Nigeria with social money. You know, some people pass off the car. You want to talk through. He's speaking about the future of Africans. What will happen?
All right, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Chris, finally we get you. Hi, they don't want me to be talk today. Oh, thank you, Mr. Chris. Good evening to you, sir. Please talk to us.
Good evening, Mr. Nanjawo. Good evening, everybody in the panel, the comment section. My name is Chris. I'm calling from Dublin. Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much. I've been waiting for your call, but thank you for the opportunity to contribute. I'll just start from the woman that called from Liverpool, the Edo lady that called from Liverpool. I completely understand the pains the woman was trying to express. But, madam, whatever it is, it's good that, there were some issues, and because having an insight of whatever is going on with us is halfway through solving the problem. I think you should just carry on. You try to let what is the past remain in the past. I completely feel your pain, and God Almighty will heal you. Yeah, I would have also wanted to disagree with her when she said it was because of the events that made her to choose that she was going to marry a white man. It doesn't necessarily mean that the white people, they are better off than the black people. But I'll just leave that just to respect her, because she's going through a lot, and I hope the Lord Almighty heals her. And thank you again for the opportunity to contribute. I want to salute Mr. Alex for the tribute he paid to Akeredolu. Yes, because this is what we say in this country. We leave our heroes alone and begin to worship those that has destroyed the society. Mr. Akeredolu did a lot to curtail the activities of the murderous Fulani herdsmen. And we knew that when he was against these people, when he was making all the laws, Amotekun, and then what did they do? They went to the church in his village and attacked that church. Till today, we've not seen that investigation. Irrespective of that, the man continued and he kept fighting for his people. Mr. Kiridolu, I join Mr. Alex to salute you. Good evening, sir. You are truly a Nigerian hero. Concerning the issue that I really want to dwell on, yeah, there are so many touchy issues that have been raised on the panel today, but I want to kind of share a different opinion from Madam Rita and Mr. Jonathan. And when Madam Rita said that the quality of men you have today have changed, that they are no longer as our grandfathers or our progenitors are. I think it's not really about the men changing. I think it is the society that has transformed. Because those days, why men were like that was simply because the traditional role, I think this is what we were talking about last week, the traditional roles of men and women in the society have transformed. And this is basically because of the influence of civilization, Western education on the society and on Africa as a whole. For example, those days, the men were the sole provider for the family. The role of the man was like a gatherer. He has to go out and gather in inverted commas now, gather for the family, bring food, bring everything. And while he's on this, the women take care of the home, nurture the family, nurture the home. But with advancement in society, education, civilization, and everything, and the change of laws and constitution everywhere, women are now able to do exactly the same thing that the men do. For example, a woman can aspire to the highest level she ever wished in her career. She can go to school and do everything she wants to do. So you don't expect a woman, after doing all those, she'll still come and be playing the traditional role that is expected of her. She has to go to work. She has to, do everything that the man does. So it's not really about the men becoming weaker. It's just the transformation of the society. And that is why if you still see cultures where they still try to, I don't want to use the word suppress, where they still kind of give priority to the male, especially most Islamic countries, you can still see that this traditional concept, men are still stoic. They are still like the head of the home somehow, or the Lord in inverted comma also. They are still like that. The rules are still there. Take, for example, in Saudi Arabia, just how many years ago, women were not allowed to drive. It's just like 4 or 5 years ago that the law was changed. So that's just one of those extreme cases. So the changing roles of men, and women in the society has a lot to do with the changing norms in the society. Not really because the men are no longer the way our forefathers are. No, it is not like that. If you even look at it, if you just look at the family life in Africa and the family life in Europe, they are two completely different lives. If you are in Africa as a man, there are things you will never ever do. Never. Not because you will not do them, but just because it's even unacceptable. Your wife wouldn't even allow you to do them. But immediately you come to Europe, those things become commonplace. You can do them and it is acceptable. And I'm not against those things. I'm just trying to paint a picture of what the influence of society and the changing norms in the society can have on the family structure. Today, you no longer have a situation where the man has to be the sole provider. The woman also provides, the man provides, and together they raise a healthy family and and build a healthy society. It's not really about the men changing. It's actually about the societal norms changing. So, having said that, Mr. Nanjaosh, I want to thank you again for the opportunity to contribute.
Thank you.
I'm grateful for the long time you gave me to express these views.
Thank you, sir.
Good evening.
We'll continue. Don't worry, we'll continue with our politics tomorrow. I know there's some of you are not too like her today like that. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. No, it is very good to have a balance, to create sanity. Imagine like that woman that called from Liverpool, people like that should be encouraged, and, it's not just easy for her to even own up that she has daddy issues. She knows she has emotional challenges, and it's a very good thing that she appreciates that she has some challenges that needs to be dealt with. But in some cases, some of these women, because of that daddy issues, they transfer it to their husband. And because of that, there will never be peace in that home. Some women would have gone through the same thing, and they will vow in their life that because of what their father did to their mother, they are never ever going to respect any man in their life.
Exactly.
And you can see that playing out in many homes. If you see the kind of fight some women have with their husbands, you'll be wondering, if you listen to them, you'll not really see anything going on in the family. If you ask them what's really the problem, it's just basic things that could have been overlooked. But because of these daddy issues, these women react excessively.
Okay.
For somebody to come out to own up that I know I have these issues, it's halfway through the problem. I salute that woman, and I believe the Lord will continue to heal her. And I think it's better if she sees a therapy.
Amen.
I share in her pain.
Thank you.
Mr. Nigeria, I was grateful for the opportunity. Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you. Thank you once again. Thank you, sir. Okay, callers, no more call anymore. We need to round up. We're already almost 4 hours. So let me come. Mr. Joseph, you wanted to say something, sir, please.
Mr. Iris. Okay.
Hold on, sir. Hold on. Mr. Joseph, if you are there, please go ahead. Okay, Mr.
I
Joseph.
wanted to say that the lady that Mrs. Akari, who married the husband's brother, did very well, did very good. And I don't condemn her for that, because what she's doing is to provide sanity in that marriage. Sanity in the sense that the children are his uncle. Now the children are his uncle's children. So I commend her for that. It takes a bold person to go through that mentally. But other than that, that's my own conviction that she was very bold to have done what she did. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Really, I appreciate your time with us today. Before I come to Mr. Jonathan, Madarita is going to be the last. Everybody else have gone, and let me appreciate. I only got one person super chat me today. And now they see for screen. So this is the person. Laughter Joint. Now God bless you. I really appreciate this. Thank you. May your pocket never run dry. Thank you very much. Okay, let me move on. Call on Mr. Jonathan. Mr. Jonathan, please. You wanted to say something and add it up with your final submission.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Elvis. Thanks to everyone, all the commenters, all the callers. Thanks to everyone. You see, I want to talk on this issue. I started by saying I always am very, very cautious, getting into this kind of discussion, because I know it is a sensitive area. So over years, I have learned how to maintain decorum when it comes, because people have their different opinions. Some will use cultural, some will even be outright hypocritical about it. So, but let me just say this with respect to what I mentioned earlier, and I was buttressing Madam Rita's submission. When it comes to the question she even asked about the integrity of men compared to the men of today, compared to our parents or our forefathers. I still maintain it. Integrity is integrity. What yardstick will anybody tell me that there is a yardstick to measure integrity? The integrity then is different from how you are going to measure integrity now is going to be different from the way we measure integrity then? Of course not. Integrity is integrity, whether it is 2,000 years ago, whether it is 2024. Character is character, whether it is 50 years ago or 50 years today. You cannot deviate it. You cannot try to move it.
based on history, based on society have changed, based no. Those are integrity. Definition of integrity is integrity. So what we do today is that we look for excuses. Men, mostly. Ladies too, women too, they do the same thing. They look for excuses to get out of, marriage, have relationship. And what I'm saying here is that if you want to marry 2 wives, come out and marry 2 wives. Make it clear. Don't hide. Don't start having side chicks and all the rest of it. So that's my position on that. The integrity that men of then had, you can't compare it with today. Because then, if they want to marry again, they will come out and they will marry. Today, men will hide. Somebody gave us a story. I think it was one of the panelists here, Mr. Joseph. And I agree with him because I had an experience. 2 years ago, 2022 summer, I was in New York on an investment conference, and I met a guy I attended from Canada, and he also came from Canada. He came from another city, Calgary. And we are few blacks there. And we're talking during the break or whatever. And these white people joined us. And they know white people, they always ask, and where do you come from originally? Or that they have that stupid question, the way I see it. And we said, oh, we're from Nigeria specifically. And we're talking, and they said, wow, very religious country. It's a very religious country. Anyway, to cut the long story short, after that guy from Calgary and I, sat down on our own, that guy is a hotel manager in Calgary. And he's told me this. He said, do you believe that when in the hotel where he works as a manager, he said when the Christian, when they have their conferences overnight, he said when they check in the night, that the rate they watch porno, the rate at which they check their system, that is so high. And these are Christians that are like, they will rent like almost half of the hotel for a program. And they will notice that those 2-3 days that they will be there, they watch so much porno. He said they just call us a religious country. They don't know that the devil amongst this, something to that effect. So just to agree with Mr. Joseph, that black women, they do this very, very well. So it's something that is good, something that is going on. It's not a secret. And finally, for me, it's just an advice to my fellow men. See, attempting to marry 2-3 wives, it's like shorting someone's life at this age and time. I think that is where the comparison of using our present time compared to 40, 50, 100 years ago. Because what we're facing now, the challenges we're facing now, it does not even permit a man or make it right or give the room for a man to say he wants to marry 2-3 wives because of the challenges we're facing now. If you do, the moment you have 2 wives, 3 wives, essentially you are shortening your lifespan. That's what it is. But that's another debate. And I know as a man, we know the challenges, what affects us as a man, things that will make you not to sleep when you lie down in your bed every night. We know those things. And when you marry 2 wives, 3 wives, in fact, you are extending the time you will lie on the bed at night and you will not sleep. You will just be lying down there. So I don't think it is appropriate for me, but we all have our preferences. You want to marry 2-3 wives, go for it. But again, in this present age, present time, with the challenges that we're facing, I personally don't think it is the best. But Mr. Chris, I think he gave the response I want to give with respect to this woman from Liverpool in the area of marrying white instead of black. I think Mr. Chris handled that perfectly well, because it's a sensitive area and I'm sensitive and I don't want to touch it, you know. But Mr. Chris gave a good response to that. So, Mr. Elvis, I will drop it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Jonathan. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you. What a topic today. All right, Madam Rita, thank you very much for your time. Please give us your final submission.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Elvis. And Mr. Jonathan, thank you for saying it's a sensitive topic. But however, our duty is to speak out. Speak out not to chastise people, but speak out to educate people. So even if it's sensitive, it has to be heard. It has to be heard by the people who need to hear it. And even those who are not in understanding of why these things are happening, it's our duty to educate and to speak about it. So even if it's sensitive, it has to be spoken. And I want to say something, Mr. Tony. Your opinion about my ethnicity or culture, it really doesn't really matter. You know, it really doesn't matter to me, because one thing is for sure, I love myself, I respect myself, and I know myself, and I know who I am. And thank you, Madam Origin, when she said, know thyself. In all of this, know thyself. Everybody, know thyself truthfully. Truthfully, I must say, and honestly. Now the lady from Liverpool who said, you know, she had daddy issues, and I think I don't know if it's Mr. Chris that called, or a gentleman that called, and it was Mr. Chris from Dublin that said, you know, he's proud that, you know, he's happy that she actually admitted her issues, but there's something that he failed to mention: the cause of why she has daddy issues. The cause was polygamy. That's why she went through what she went through. That's why she didn't like what her mother went through. The cause is the main topic. The cause of why she's having that kind of trauma. By the way, that's trauma. That is clear trauma. I'm not a clinical psychologist, but I can tell you that's trauma. Whatever she went through, whatever she saw is trauma. And it was as a result of what her father was practicing, polygamy. Now, most of you who probably didn't experience any form of trauma, well, if you're honest to yourself, I think anybody who has been a polygamous, you know, who came from a polygamous home must have experienced one sort of trauma or the other. Sometimes they might not even know if they have been traumatized until something triggers them in their adult age. You know, so I'm very happy somebody who is experiencing some sort of trauma, and she knows it as a result of, you know, polygamy, called this show and she told us her experience. What does that tell you? Like I said in the beginning of our conversation, I said, if you want to rate polygamy in a scale right now, honestly, most of you who came from polygamous homes, or your great-grandfather or your grandfather, honestly, if you want to rate it, the positive side of polygamy is 10%. And I'll tell you why it's 10%. The negative side of polygamy is 90%. The reason why I say it's 10%, because it just gave our forefathers a position in the society of being a wealthy man, or being the real man, or being a man who can control a number of women, you know, who can take care, supposedly, a certain number of women and children. But in essence, that's just the surface. The nitty-gritty of it is what happens to the children he leaves behind. What happens to the children he leaves behind? So it's an ego and a greedy thing, you know, for a man to stand and say, oh, I want to eat rice or bolo, fried rice, jollof rice, or coconut rice at any time of the day or any time of the month. It's greed. It's just greed. Know thyself and be content, as Mr. Jonathan said. Be contented with yourself and be true to yourself. That's why I say know thyself first. Be true to yourself. Am I a greedy man? This venture this practice I'm about to do now, this polygamy, what is the purpose of me doing it? Is this for the pleasure of just having a trophy wife, or just having another wife because maybe there's pressure from family, or maybe there's pressure from friends or something? Ask yourself, at the end of the day, you ask, what will be the result if I have all these children? Many people that came from polygamous, so most of the fathers didn't even have relationship with the children. Most men of today who don't even know that they have some sort of trauma by the way they saw their father treat their mother or their other stepmothers. They don't know that is what is even affecting their relationship in their marriage or even with women. women issues. Somebody called and said daddy issues. Many men today have men daddy issues too. They have men issues and daddy issues. And most of them come from polygamous homes. They have trust issues. Many men, many of them. But as they say, a man is a man and a man has his own pride. A typical Nigerian man will not want to see a therapist. Typical Nigerian man will never even admit that they have some sort of trauma that they're dealing with internally, because if they speak out, it will be termed like maybe they are weak. But because that is the narrative that have been given over time, over the years, and it's like a norm. The men just don't speak. Women are speaking now because of education. Now, I want to make something clear here. When I said, what can a man give me apart from sperm? That's not this is in the context of, I was trying to compare the men of our forefathers and the men of today in the context of this is a man's world. And yes, I'm saying it again, it is a man's world. But however, like what Mr. Chris said, people are evolving with the times, right? Now, women can provide, men were providing protection those days. A man, you rest assured, your husband will protect you from anything, and you trust he's going to protect you. But today, times have changed. A woman who can provide everything for herself, she's educated, she can afford to employ private security that can protect her. You can have a bodyguard 24/7 that can protect her, that can even stand at the door of her bedroom while she's asleep. He's awake, he's standing there. She can even pay for multiple people to stand, and nothing will harm her. She can pay for it, because men are supposed to be protectors, providers. In my own understanding, no, I don't know about other women. I'm just saying my own. But what we have today, that's not what you see. You see a lot of men who are not, many men, I would say, with all due respect, they're cowards. Many men of today, they're actually cowards, unfortunately. And I'm the kind of person, I don't like to be around a man who is a coward. Because when you're a man that respects and love yourself, you can stand and make your decision and hold on to that decision and give me reasons why you made that decision. I will respect you more. But it's so hard to find men that are like that these days. I know it's due to a lot of factors. It's due to, and trauma is one of those factors. Take it or leave it. Trauma is one of those factors why a lot of men can't express themselves today. That's even a different topic on its own. But coming back to Mrs. Akere Delu's issue, I think it's love of God is my strength that called. I was quite sad, when she kind of insinuated that, perhaps, Mrs. Akere Delu, was cheating on her husband with a younger brother. I felt kind of disheartened, when she said that, because I don't believe that. And even if this is the social media. If we're speculating on such things, it's not decent. Let me use that word for a woman of her age, and the way that woman has been bullied over the years. By the way, I've been following it. She's been bullied just because she's an Igbo woman. But however, she had a real man of late former governor of Ondo State, a real man beside her, who stood beside her, who supported his wife. So it is wrong, Ma. If you said that, I felt very kind of disheartened when you said that. It is that's just totally wrong for you to even say that. I respect you, but I disagree. With all due respect, I totally disagree with what you said. And one thing we need to realize, family is family. People have private things that would never, ever, ever come out on social media. You and I don't know the agreement that the late Akere Delu had with his brother and his wife. And we don't even know the reasons why she's doing what she's doing. It's none of our business. She doesn't owe any of us any explanation. The only thing is that, is she happy? Does she have rest of mind? The decision that she's making, if it has a positive impact for her and her children, that's okay. That's okay. And I'm still standing and saying, their union, the marriage, is not conjugal. I don't think it's conjugal at all. It's beyond what we are seeing. And for someone to come out, and insinuate that they were having something, I feel hurt even hearing it. I feel hurt. I won't lie. I feel hurt because I don't think, I'm not there. I don't know them. They don't know me. I don't think that was even the case. So we shouldn't even say things like that. Look at her. The woman that is mourning, look at what she went through when the man was ill, even when he was governor. Look at what she went through. with all the women attacking her. You think it's easy? She's like a chihuahua among wolves. Both men and women were against her. So for her to even still do this, she didn't go back to Igbo land and say, you know what, I'm done. The only thing connecting me and you guys is he has passed on. I'm done with you. But she still came back there and said she wants to still be married to that family. What does that tell you? You should be proud of that woman to have that kind of strength. You don't know if when you say disrespect the children, do you know if the children even agree with her? We don't know. So even that part of saying she was cheating, I feel hurt. I don't know how to express it, but I feel hurt even hearing it at all, But, it's your opinion, but I have to say my own opinion and in response to that, because whatever the decision the woman made culturally, like the gentleman that were educating us, like, the Igbo culture, culturally, that's what it is. And I'm sure the late Akeredolu understood this too. And that's why I am assuming he had this discussion before he passed on. Everything was prepared down. And his brothers, just looking at him, they've accepted. Nobody's even quarreling. Nobody's even to me, it's not really in our business per se, but we're talking about it for people to be educated and understand why these things are happening. Just in case, if you marry a woman from a non-Igbo woman and expect this might happen, it's also a teachable moment as well. But, without due respect to the late Akere Dolume, so rest in peace. I don't think we should insinuate things that we don't really know. And, God bless the woman. And, she's keeping herself and she's sticking with the family. It means that the man treated her so well that she wants to still claim that name and still stay in the family and protect her children. So I am very proud of her for that. So I think that's about it for the topic so far. I don't know if I missed any other thing, Mr. Elvis. Thank you for this opportunity, and God bless the good men out there. I still believe there are good, honorable men who are not cowards out there. Keep doing what you're doing. God bless you. And I'm saying again, God bless you. And I'm not a feminist, and I believe it's still a man's world. A lot of men are under pressure, but please, men, you have to stand up. You have to stand up to be who you claim you are and who you claim this world is for. Because this world is a man's world. May God protect you and give you all the wisdom to make the right decisions concerning the society and our children and the wife or wives that you marry. Thank you very much.
Wow. Okay. Thank you very much, everyone. I appreciate you all. I would like to quickly respond to you, Madam Rita. Yes, I understand how you feel, but one thing that we must understand is that on this platform, you are allowed to disagree with somebody, anybody passing their submission here respectfully, like you just did. Yes, it's a normal thing. Whoever that is listening to you, we understand that. Yes, that's how. In fact, this is the best way to disagree with anybody. But if it was some people now, you see that authoritarian attitude attached to their disagreement, which is wrong. So yes, a disagreement with anybody is a normal thing here, but no, don't practice the disrespectfulness, at the same time, so I appreciate you for that. Yeah, and another thing is that everybody have a different opinion on this platform. Yes, even though you have your opinion, people will still disagree with you. Is a normal thing. Even me, people disagree with me here. I only get angry when people disagree with me disrespectfully. Yeah, that's when you see I take action. Say, okay, the same you come. When people disagree with you disrespectfully, or some of them even come here to disagree with you, with hatred. I don't like those things. When people show hate to their disagreement, it becomes a problem. But apart from that, give us feedback, tell us that we are wrong. I don't have a problem with that. Respectfully. Yes. So yes, everybody on this platform today have given the different views on what we've presented today on the topic that we've presented to you guys today. So different view where me particularly I've learned a lot in terms of that tradition parts, that culture from the Igbo land where a man would die, the younger brother will marry his wife. I never actually properly, learn about it before. But today, Mr. Joseph wants to tried a lot in educating me in that area. And my brother, she was she music also educated me on that as well. But nevertheless, yeah, we all are learning on this platform, I appreciate every one of you. Some people believe that polygamy is what they want, and in fact, they are preparing to start it anytime soon, which is good. If that's what you want, nobody's going to stand on your way. Go ahead if you can face it or handle it. I don't have any problem with that. Why many also believe that no, polygamy is something that you must not embrace for any and in any case, in any angle, is not a good thing to practice. I also agree with you. Is you know, if that's what you want, that's fine. Me particularly, I don't want to ever have two wives, you know, in my life. You know, I rebuke it, I come against it, I cast it, I ban it, I forbid it. I can never. Me particularly, but it doesn't mean that I'm against whoever that want to do it. I cannot do it. It's not part of me. It cannot be part of me. And I don't want that spirit to inflict me, to visit me, to embrace me. I forbid it, particularly. You know, but people that is doing it, I just see it as, okay, if you can handle it, for me, I don't see, because some people derive their happiness or see, you know, get their happiness from the kind of things that you don't like. Yeah, that's one thing about this life. It's really shocking life, you know. You'll be surprised. This way they kick against, you know, I don't like this thing. You see people, we say, but now there they find my happiness. So it's like that. Like there I was telling somebody that I don't drink. The other person, the person was telling me that if he doesn't drink, he cannot get himself, you know, he whenever he's going for you know, he's a lawyer in any way. You know, he's a lawyer. Whenever he's going to court and all that, you know, he need to take a little bit of alcohol for his eye to be clear, you know, to pass, you know, to judge the case properly and all that. I was okay, that's fine. So everybody is different. Everybody is different. We should learn to respect people's views, people's stand, people's wish, people's anything, you know, just respect it. It's important. I appreciate you all, my wonderful people. Everybody, a lot of people actually called in today. So yeah. I appreciate you all. Thank you very much. We respect all your views. You know, that is fine. There are people that align with you, you know, and there are people that disagree with you. Just have that in mind. It's a normal thing on this platform. You know, thank you very much, Mother Origin. Mother Love of God is my strength. Thank you, Jija Breadma. Finally, from hearing from you. You say you are preparing to have a second wife soon. Please make you invite us or make you bring the ECA come here for us. We'll eat our own for here. Yeah. You know, so yes, Mr. Shigozie, many others that called in, Mr. Tony Africa, and many more. Mr. Chris, thank you. I appreciate you all. Then the woman that called from Liverpool, thank you very much, madam. I don't forget your name again, and I wish I remember I would have stored your number, but I want to let you know that your submission was wonderful, your message was brilliant, and I hope a lot of people learn from that. You know that, yeah, you were actually sharing your own story to stop people from making the same mistake. Yes, a lot of us listening right now have passed through polygamy. It's not something that we should be encouraging. But if you like it, that is fine. Like I said, make you not come beat me tomorrow. I'm not against you. I'm speaking for myself. Polygamous home is not a good thing. In fact, if we have to talk about the negative side and the positive side, is like 90-80. The negative side of polygamy is 90%, while the positive side might be 10%. So that's what I think, you know. So okay, Osayi. Oh, thank you very much, mommy. Thank you very much. So Madam Osayi, thank you very much. God bless you. I appreciate you for calling in. Please try to call in more often, because on this platform we all are learning, so we need different kind of views from different kind of people. Thank you very much, my people. I appreciate you all, my wonderful people. Mr. Jonathan, Madam Rita, Mr. Joseph Owansu, thank you very much. I appreciate you. For those of you that came in that are left, for a reason you could not give your submission, that is fine. I understand it's Sunday. Some of you don't even want to contribute on this, and so most of all our fire men, you know, they like politics. They did turn up today because I know now politics that they like. But Mr. Alex, yeah, Mr. Alex actually called in twice. Mr. Alex, my brother, thank you very much. I appreciate you. Thank you. At least Mr. Alex like politics a lot. He still called in. But one thing about Mr. Alex, 2 times we called and he still like, although he was passing a tribute to our late governor Akeredolu, but that's still like politics. So he liked politics too much, that guy. But nevertheless, I appreciate you all. I'd like to appreciate those of you that supported the channel, starting with Laughter Joint. Thank you very much. Peggy Modi, thank you very much. Madam Iris Finance, thank you very much. Madam Love, God is my strength. Thank you very much. I appreciate every one of you. Now, God will bless you now. Then ended with Laughter Joint again. Like God, now God bless you. Now, your pocket never run dry. Thanks for the encouragement. Thanks for the support. For those of you that is praying for us, those of you that is just living wonderful messages, or rather comments there for us all the time. I want to let you know that it means a lot to us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It is good to use your tongue to speak positivism rather than using it to embrace negativism. I appreciate every one of you. Now God will bless you. Now everyone right down in the comment section, I'd like to quickly appreciate you all. Those people that is just maybe the first 10, starting Mother of all Mommy Diaspora. Thank you very much, Mommy. I appreciate you always for all you do. Thank you, Madam Peggy Modi. God bless you. Thank you very much, Mr. Joseph Oji, Madam Origin. Thank you very much, Oga Chris. Thank you, Cassava Joshua. It's good to hear from you. It's been a while. Thank you very much for joining us today. Tony Africa, thank you very much. I appreciate you all, my wonderful people. Deka, thank you very much for joining us as well. Now, God will bless you, my people. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Vitus, Quebelen, and many, many others right there. Okay, Madam Iris Finest, thank you very much. God bless you. I appreciate you all, my people. So allow me to end the show today because normally it's Sunday. May I still rest more? Tomorrow, you know, it does still start again. You know, I be now. That Monday to Friday, that basketballs is not easy for us here. You know, the argument, disagreement, and all that. And Edo State election is coming. So yes, we have gradually started imputing it here now. So you know how it is. So it's causing a lot of disagreement, agreement, and all that here. But still, we're also going to impute it again tomorrow. Yeah, we'll take it from there until the election. Remember, we only have three of them. You know, although we have lots of them, like I said before, say I'm focusing on the main three candidates. You know, so yeah, let us know who you're supporting, you know, because the people that are supporting their candidate are already protecting their candidate. So it is better you start protecting your own candidate. The platform is free for you to do that. I'm not charging anybody for that. Let's do this together to have a better state and a better country. That is why we are here. Thank you very much. I appreciate you all. I can see Martin Benjamin, thank you very much, Martin Benjamin. It's good to hear from you as well. And God will bless you, my people. Like I said, allow me to end this show right now. Take care, my people. And God bless you now. Good night.